Hey gang, who's ready for me to cover something nobody asked for? Yay! After this is going to be Come From Away, I promise. I know that is, I think, the one that got the most. It's going to be Come From Away. I swear, I have it. It's on my computer. I've got it. But it's spooky season. I wanted to do something, at least a horror-ish musical. There were quite a few I could have done that I have not seen or haven't seen certain versions of. I went with this because I was just watching American Psycho the other day, and I love that movie. And I have not seen the entirety of the show. I've seen chunks of it. And I think some of the songs are great. I think some of the songs that I've heard are very silly and kind of cringy, but in a way that I'm like, yeah, that makes sense for American Psycho. But at the end of the day, it's the joy of whenever I will talk about horror musicals, especially with horror fans or musical fans, doesn't matter. And I mention the American Psycho musical, the immediate thing the other person says every time has been, there's an American Psycho musical? And yes, there is. Why? I don't know. But Duncan Sheik did the music, and he did Spring Awakening, and he did Alice by Heart. He also did that great 90s song, Barely Breathing, and I quite like him. And from the bits I remember, I quite like the ones in this show. Now, I have a slime tutorial. This is the first time I'm going to be reacting to a slime tutorial, so we'll see if anyone's even watching this, if there's even anything to see. We'll see if they'll let me post it. This is not the original cast, because it originally was on the West End with the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith, as Patrick Bateman. This is the version that was on Broadway, unfortunately, for a very short amount of time, unfortunately. And I say Broadway, unfortunately, because the original plan was for it went to West End to kind of figure out, like, kind of work the kinks out of. And then it was going to come to Off-Broadway, where I think it could have done really, really well. Unfortunately, some people, I think, got greedy and ended up going to Broadway, where it failed miserably, as one would probably think it would for a show like this that's so over the top and bloody. Yeah, it's not going to do great on Broadway, but oh, I bet it would have done good off-Broadway. Also because it stars one of my favorite off-Broadway guys, Benjamin Walker, who was also the star of another off-Broadway darling who didn't do great on Broadway, Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson. And I love Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson so much. So yeah, this show, I just feel like deserves more of a chance. It was, I think, up for like at least lighting for the Tonys, which from bits I've seen has really interesting lighting choices. I think like one other technical Tony, but look, in a dead year it would have struggled. It was in the same year as like Waitress and Hamilton. It didn't have a chance, which is unfortunate because it's a weird, fun, strange little musical that I think would have been an off-Broadway darling. It's always going to hurt my heart, but so it goes. It's how it went down. We have a copy of it. We're going to enjoy it. Some warnings up front, because it is American Psycho for those who maybe are musical fans and decide you want to come join me on this quick little journey, but don't know American Psycho. Quick warnings for it's going to be bloody. I don't know how much is brought over from it's because it originally was a book, and then it was a movie, and now it's this. I think it takes a bit from both the book and the movie. The movie's pretty bloody. It stars Christian Bale. It's fun. The book is extremely gory. I highly doubt they're going to take much as far as the gore goes from the book. They couldn't show that on a stage. But it might be... It takes place in the 80s. I imagine there's probably some homophobic stuff in here, I would imagine, based on some of the stuff that some of the characters say. It's a bunch of guys it's a bunch of stockbroker assholes. Basically, the person who wrote the book, he was going to write a book about, from what I recall, he was going to write a book about stockbrokers and then went to go follow them around and realized how completely insane and also empty they are. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no. If I were to make like a main character, one of these guys, that guy's a serial killer. Like they're sociopaths. They're just all obsessed with like where they're gonna go eat and where they're gonna score some coke and, you know, what they're wearing and what everyone else is wearing. And that's really what this is. This is a story of 80s excess, of consumerism, of obsession with looking a certain way, of presenting yourself a certain way, while also burying an emptiness and a rage that eventually boils over into maybe killing people. Big spoiler, big spoiler for American Psycho. I think it's more unclear in the book, but in the movie, definitely he doesn't kill anybody. But basically, it's meant to make it so you're not quite sure, like, did this guy ever actually kill someone, or was this all in his head? What's going on here? But at the end of the day, we have a guy who's very, very troubled, who's got a lot of rage in him, and who's really obsessed with clothes and labels and music. That's one thing, is like, the musical part I don't think is out of nowhere. Music is brought up a lot in the movie, and I think way more in the book. He's a guy who really gets obsessed with talking details about everything, and he goes way into talking about music a lot. You can tell that he's like about ready to snap when he starts going in on a certain topic, and a lot of times when he starts obsessively talking about music, that usually means someone's about to die. I'm kind of glad they didn't make this a jukebox musical. I think there are a couple covers of 80s songs in here. But the other songs are written by Duncan Sheik. I think he does really beautiful work, and the songs I've heard from him in this, like I said, some of them are very silly, some of them are really interesting and cool. But yeah, if you want to come along with me on finally seeing all of this strange little musical, by all means. If you don't want to come, I fully understand, and I'll see you next time when I do Come From Away, which will be, I promise, after this. Yeah, so there we go. It's gonna be a quickie. I'm not gonna knock it out in like 4 videos, maybe 3. But anyway, there we go. Sorry, thanks for indulging me on this little thing I just kind of wanted to do for myself that I'm dragging you with me on. Happy spooky time. Yay! Alright, let's go. I think, if I remember right, because when I was testing this thing, the first, like, little bit is blacked out until the camera, is a slime tutorial. Which is, for those, if you're watching this, you know, but for those who don't know, slime tutorial is the code name for bootlegs. So you gotta be patient, because people risk a lot to record these, and we should be kind to them, and we should respect them. Hadestown fandom, I'm not gonna get into that right now. As I've, seen on here with my Next Normal stuff, I adore Jack Wolf. I cannot wait to see a recording of him, in Hadestown, but I'm going to do that either when I purchase it or when I wait until the trade date, because a bunch of people aren't doing that, and because of that, the person who recorded the really great slime of Hadestown has quit recording things. Just be respectful of those who go out there and do these things for us. It is kind that they do this. Anyway, I'm done rambling. Let's go.
Today, computers are management tools giving you a competitive edge. 24-hour person-to-person service with every checking account. Where's the nearest ATM?
I don't clean anymore, because none of these ordinary cleaners give me what I want.
It took me 19 years, but I finally developed a good relationship with my body.
Whenever I tan, I wear a chilled, custom-made silicone gel mask to keep my eyes from looking puffy. Afterwards, I shower using a honey almond wash on my ripped body and an exfoliating spearmint gel on my face. I apply Clinique moisturizer before I shave with a razor and cream by Pore Homme. No cologne on the face ever, as the high alcohol content.
It's gonna straighten out. From what I've seen, this is a pretty decent slime. I do love that it starts off with, because it is the 80s, it's so much about commercialism and things like that, which it still is now, but I feel like the 80s, there was definitely a ranking up of things like that in the 80s, of consumerism, of greed. At least it's stereotyped as that. For sure, that era. I don't know. I was born in '88, so I wasn't participating much in the economy at the time. But I love that it's a bunch of different commercials, and then when Patrick Bateman kicks in with, like, I think that it's either the exact same speech or a similar speech. It's what he says. It's his morning routine, but he just sounds like, because of his voice, he just sounds like another one of those. Which is just how he would like it, because he wants everything about himself to be those commercials, to be that perfect image he wants to fit in, and that is his obsession.
dries out your skin, makes you look older. My suit today is an 80s drape from Alan Flusser with a bladed back to accommodate for my impressive physique. My tie is by Valentino Couture. My shoes are by A. Testoni. Underwear by Ralph Lauren.
This is also why I've never read the book, because according to my mother, and I've heard this is true, that as he gets more and more he keeps going down the rabbit hole of insanity. I mean, it's just pages and pages of obsessive detail on every single thing everyone in a restaurant is wearing, every single label, everything that's being eaten, every song. Like, it becomes so obsessive with minutia, which I think is a great way of showing how kind of obsessive and crazy his mind's going, but to read would make me go crazy in a way that would make me throw the book. I don't love reading excruciating detail in books. My favorite authors are like Kurt Vonnegut. Though Kurt Vonnegut does something in a silly way, somewhat similar. My favorite book, Breakfast of Champions, it's a little different. And like, back when I used to read, now I don't read. I forget how to read. And my other favorite author was like Chuck Palahniuk, who, his most famous book was Fight Club, but he's written a lot of strange books. I struggled with ones that were just like, let me pontificate for 5 pages about a chair, would kind of make me go insane. So I feel like nonstop talk of labels would do something similar to me.
Polished hardwood floors run throughout my apartment. The painting, a David Anica. My television, 30 inches. Digital Toshiba. High contrast, highly defined. Plus, it has picture-in-picture capabilities. Plus, it has freeze frame.
And if all else failed, you would get a sense of patriotism from the popular culture. The movies celebrated Democratic values and implicitly reinforced the idea that America was special. But now we're about to enter the 90s, and some things have changed.
My Walkman, with auto reverse continuous play, is by Sony. I am 26 years old, living in New York City at the end of the century. And this is what being Patrick Bateman means to me.
I remember there was a turntable. I forgot that there were two. I know like a million years ago, when I first started seeing clips of this show and got kind of into it for a hot minute, I read a bit about the production design. I remember reading that they did the two kind of, you can see they're like little spokes to look like the spokes in a cassette tape because of it could be two things. It could be cassette tape because of his Walkman. It also could be VHS tape because that's his thing he always says when he's thinking about murdering someone or just did murder someone. He says he's got to overturn some videotapes. So I just think that's a really cool little touch. Everything about his apartment is so like stark white. It feels like a prison. And it kind of is in a way. It's like he's made this prison for himself of having to look perfect. I love the projected kind of static. So it's like this perfection, but there's a static on top of it, which is this kind of insanity. Or just, reflecting the time of the 80s. These people walking by like it's a catwalk. Also, I really like this song. I think this song was not in the West End original version, but it's really good.
I may be dealing with a nameless female, but everyone keeps saying that I look amazing, so I don't know. I want it all. The next transaction, come on, sell it out.
having all the projected words there. I know I can't remember what they were even for, but there was, I know at least one, I think several ad campaigns for different things in the 80s that had those like giant projected words on different screens, things like that. Like it just really, really matches the time, and it's cool. But not just matches the time, but matches advertisement in that time. My parents were in advertising, so I kind of always noticed weird stuff like that. But it's just really cool that it's being very specific about the images that it's bringing up of the 80s.
Down to Wall Street, I stop at the dry cleaners around the corner from where I live on 81st Street, the American Gardens building. The owner, Svetlana, is Russian, not Chinese, which is okay. It's not great. But there is no stain that she can't erase.
Good morning, Mr. Bateman. How are you doing?
Better than that fitted white linen dress shirt. Can you do something about it?
Yeah, I can clean Tuesday, okay?
Tuesday's terrific, but please, Svetlana, no bleach, okay? Bleach would really upset me.
Yeah, I understand. No bleach.
Patrick! It's Victoria from your building. Our building.
Hi!
Hi! How are you? Oh my god, what are those stains?
They're cran-apple juice.
It doesn't look.
I suppose the guys in the background, look at them, yeah, they're like dripping blood. That's wild. There's a lot of blood in this show. I think this might be, I don't know where this is in the running of it, because I know that like in previews there was a lot more blood than when it actually officially started, so maybe this is a preview recording.
I like cran-apple.
No, you're right. They're Hershey's syrup. Listen, I'm so late for work, Samantha.
Victoria!
Right. I'll call you Samantha. I promise. There's a race we're running to the breakdown coming. We say, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. We look expensive, but we're apprehensive because we don't know. And do you think I'm saying we should all start praying? No. We're not complaining because the cash keeps raining, so I no. You want it all? The next transaction, come on, sell it now. The next distraction, come on, baby, sell it now. It's still early, so I wander into my local video store.
That's some fun little video things right there. We got Pet Cemetery. And I think those Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, that'd be Children of the Corn? I can't see what that one is. I also like that he's shirtless. I feel like we're seeing like, he's walking around to everyone else in his suit. He's not walking around shirtless. But that's how he's seeing himself, is it's all about his body. And that's all he's projecting to the world, is like, I look good. I might as well be shirtless because I'm obsessed with my own body.
Visions. I look for Friday the 13th, Part 7. It's been a while that someone has checked it out, so I settle for an old favorite.
How many nights for A Nightmare on Elm Street?
3, please.
You sure like this movie?
Well, Wes Craven is an excellent director. And Freddy Krueger, you must admit, has become a cultural icon. Plus the scene with the blood geysers from Johnny Depp's bed. The best.
We rented at 30.
Sometimes we talk about stuff like that, but that does just sound like me. Though I would never rent Friday the 13th. Hot take. I hate Jason movies. I think they're boring. Night of the Living Dead, sorry. Nightmare on Elm Street, though, yes. I don't have my purse with me, but I carry around a Freddy purse every day. It looks like Mickey Mouse, but it's Freddy print. Because at the very least, even the worst Freddy movie, and there's one particular one that's extremely bad, there's always at least fun deaths. They're always over the top and insane and fun. And the first one is the best one. 1 and 3. 1 and 3 are the best ones.
7 times.
I always find something new in it. Thank you very much. Have an awesome day. Look at history, open the books. There are statues with great looks. There are gods, there are kings. I'm pretty sure I'm the same thing. Beyond boundaries, beyond rules, I've been taught in the best schools. There is little I won't do, I'm not like you.
saw this song that didn't have that part. So I know later on there's a song called Common Man, so it's kind of cool to bring that this early on in the show. But yeah, it's him talking about it's wanting to other himself. I think it helps if he's someone that wants to kill people, othering himself from would-be victims. But also the way he's wired, like he doesn't see himself anymore as a human being. He is either above or below, but he's not that at all. Not meat.
I want it more. Chain reaction, come on, tell it Satisfaction, come on, baby, tell it. One last stop. The Chemical Bank on the corner of 72nd and Broadway has an ATM that talks to me.
Good morning, Patrick. How may I help you?
Can I get $1,000 in crisp $50 bills, please? My gazelle skin wallet's feeling sort of like this, eh?
Of course. Processing.
While I wait for my cash, I noticed the words, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here," scrawled in blood red letters on the side of the Chemical Bank.
Dispensing. Thank you for your loyalty, Patrick.
Oh, thank you. I feel it in my heart that it's all about to start, but I don't know. Everything I'm telling you's a dream I'm selling you. You want it
I'm surprised no one's tried to remake American Psycho in a modern time. I think it would. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just surprised no one's tried to. Just because of the whole influencer thing, it would be interesting to see an influencer Patrick Bateman. Because he wants to be that thing that other people want to be. Natalie and Diana from the original Next to Normal are in this show. Weird, right? Yeah, they are. There's Natalie.
There's no turning back, even while we sleep. We will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to.
Then I was catching up on my Sally Jesse, a fascinating one-on-one with Donald Trump I had taped. Then I stopped my video visions. Any messages?
Yes, Ricky Hendricks has to cancel today. He didn't say what.
Boxing at the Harvard Club. What else?
Spencer wants to meet you for a drink at Flutie's Pier 17 sometime after 6.
Negative, I have plans.
What should I tell him exactly?
Just say no, Gene.
No, got it.
To be adult.
Here's the thing. I get kind of annoyed at period pieces from the 80s or the 90s that they just like repeat slogans and things like that. But it doesn't bother me as much with this only because Patrick is the kind of person that would see a slogan on TV or see something that's like all over the place and then would repeat it. He is that guy. So it's like, he's the one dude where I'm like, no, I get it.
Gene, give me a Perrier, okay? And the Wall Street Journal, the Financial Times, and the New Republic. Oh, and Gene, we haven't heard anything about the Fisher account yet, have we?
Just that it hasn't landed anywhere.
Well, keep me posted, will you?
Of course, Patrick.
And Jean, don't wear that outfit again. Wear a dress, a skirt, or something.
You don't like what I'm wearing?
Come on, you're prettier than that.
Thanks for the compliment, Patrick.
And high heels. I like high heels.
Don't waste time. Head to your terminals, head to the pines. Present yourself as someone who knows in which direction capital flows. Make it happen, make it rain with conjuring and leisure domain. Flash your smile, bare your teeth. They'll never guess what's underneath.
Hey, Bateman. These idiots have a question for you. Is it proper to wear tasseled loafers with a business suit or not? And don't look at me like I'm insane.
You're not insane, Price. I am. We're sending questions. We're sending questions to GQ. We've got this bet to see who gets into the question and answer column first. We've already lost, Ben Patton. I was printed in the September issue.
I admit I'm a GQ virgin.
Guys, focus. Loafers with tassels, yes or no? This is important. Well, McDermott, the tasseled loafer is traditionally a casual shoe, but as long as it's black or Cordovan, it's okay.
See, I told you, Craig. I have a question for GQ.
I just hate these people. I also have a weird love of the blinds in this. They're throughout the show, I think. At least I've seen them in other segments. Just because I remember my house that I grew up in, the one that I lived in the early 90s before we moved, had these really, really, really thick blinds like this in the back of the house. It's like the only house I've lived in that had ones that look like this, and so it just makes me think of it.
If all your friends are morons, is it a felony, a misdemeanor, or an act of mercy if you blow their fucking heads off with a .38 Magnum?
I think that's a valid question. By the way, Price, you're priceless. Now, did any of you assholes read the paper this morning?
You mean the Post?
In the same paper, the same issue. Stories about strangled models, a mafia boss thrown off a tenement building, 2 socialites on a yacht on the Hudson, murdered with a machete, Nazis, neo-Nazis, mutant alligators in the sewers, cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers, the ozone layer eroding, blind mole people in the village, Kentucky fried rats, baseball players with AIDS,
awful,
kids killed on subway tracks, zoo animals tortured and burned alive by preppies, bridges collapsing, nuclear waste in water towers, a ritualistic murder suicide at the Apollo, new diseases, my God, dyslexia?
What's your point?
I don't know, Tim. Maybe that somebody should do something before we all...
He's like, outwardly is strangely, always talks about like causes going on or crime or like some type of charity things. It's always like he's got to be up on whatever is the current topic of discussion so he can sound smart.
Hey, where are we having lunch? Dorsia?
I fucking wish. Not even Van Patten can get us into Dorsia.
Fine, but wherever we go, we need to make a reservation.
Welcome to Pastels, gentlemen.
I'll have the venison with yogurt sauce and fiddlehead ferns with mango slices. I'll have the monkfish.
Okay, I kind of love that a mic is used here. I know it's talked a lot about in the books, but in the movie especially, like the movie opens in a restaurant with waiters cutting to different waiters, just reading off the most pretentious sounding specials. And there's so many restaurant scenes. They're just obsessed with getting, specifically Dorsia, but just getting into all of these restaurants, always having a reservation, always spending an absurd amount of money. That's all that's about. It's about where you were at and who saw you there. So the fact that they use the microphone for this, of like, everything does stop so you can order your incredibly ridiculous sounding, extremely overpriced food you're barely gonna eat. Yeah, that makes sense, because it is like they want to pick the best order they can possibly make.
Appetizer Seltzer with Squidsugi J and Golden Caviar, and the Gravlox Pot Pie with green Tomatillo slaw.
Delicious. Good choice.
I'll have the scalloped sausage, the grilled salmon with raspberry vinegar, and a side of the maple guacamole. I'll start with the sashimi with goat cheese, then the smoked duck with endive and sun-dried tomato reduction.
Can you please get rid of these faggy Bellinis?
I'll keep mine, thank you. And nothing for me, I'm dieting. And don't look now, but look who just came in.
Who is that? Reed Robinson?
No, it's Nigel Morrison.
That's neither Robinson nor Morrison. That's Paul Owen. Paul! I hear he's taking over the Fisher account.
Confirmed, my secretary told me the same thing.
Fuck! So Paul got the Fisher account?
Calm down, babe. And it's a fucking account, not the Shroud of Turin.
Paul Owen is wearing a cashmere unbuttoned sports jacket and an Andrew Vezza tie. Both impressive.
Do you think he has a power jock strap to go along with that thing?
It's the way that he slicked back his hair with a part so even and sharp, not even I could pull it off, that truly devastates me.
Hi, fellas.
So I play the only card I can. Guys, new card. Picked him up from the printers yesterday.
I actually have not seen this scene. This is one of the big scenes in the film, is the business card scene. And I will say, at my current job, it's hilarious that I even have one, but I just got a business card. I shouldn't have a business card at this job, but I do. It's got my name on it. And the minute I was handed it to them, I'm like, look at me, Patrick Bateman. I was feeling all fancy. Showed it to my mom and everything. I gave her one in case she needs to know where to call me at work. And I just thought it was so funny that I have a business card. I was flipping it around, feeling all fancy.
What do you think? Whoa, very nice.
Cool coloring. Dairy.
That's bone, Lewis. And the lettering is something called Cillian Rail.
It is very cool, but Cillian Rail is about to be discontinued as a font.
That's such bullshit!
Mine, fellows.
Holy shit.
Magnificent, impressive, so thick and yet so light. The lettering from Molly in the stock, it's eggshell white. Don't take chances in the game. It matters what you've drawn. The question's not what's in the name, but what it's printed on. Oh, baby, baby, you're such a card. You make it.
It's kind of funny that it sounds like an 80s, like, an 80s, like, pop seduction song is pretty funny. This, to me, is like, Dead Gay Son from Heathers, which I think is a terrible song. But you gotta have it because it's one of the lines that everyone remembers from Heathers, so you gotta make it a song. I've never heard this song, granted, so it could get better, but it sounds a bit silly, as it can, because I feel like it's, you gotta have a card song if you're doing American Psycho. It's kind of an obligation, more than anything else. I don't think it's something that really inspired them. It's like, well, we gotta do one.
Oh, so easy when I know it's fucking hard. Oh, baby, baby, this can't be right. How I love your services, how I love your time. The impression that you make,
He must be joking.
is always in your head.
What is he smoking?
funny. Oh goodness. So far I've enjoyed the choreography of the show because it feels very, obviously extremely 80s dance influenced, but all the movements are so exaggerated and everything is so, like the way the ATM was moving, very like robotic. It works to add to, everything feels very artificial, but also just very performative. Which I feel like is what they're going for, is that all these, none of these people are real. We have no idea who any of these people actually are when they're alone. Or if they even know who to be when they're alone, you know? And I feel like having the way they speak match the way that they dance really works for the show.
Terrific. Hey, how's the Hawkins account going?
Oh, it's all right.
And how's Cecilia? She's a terrific girl.
Cecilia? Oh, yes, I'm lucky. I realize in that moment that Paul Owen has mistaken me for Marcus Halberstam. A logical faux pas, I suppose, since Marcus and I both use the same barber at the Pierre Hotel, and Marcus also works at Pierce & Pierce doing the exact same thing that I do, but still, I showed him my fucking card. Marcus, what are you doing tonight, Paul? Maybe we should grab a drink, catch up, discuss things like the Fisher account.
Great, yes, let's do that. We can go to Dorsia. Have you been?
Yes. I mean, no, I mean, I understand it's quite difficult to secure a reservation.
Yes, I've heard that. Tonight at 8?
Dorsia, just like that. Sure, that would be... Fuck! No, wait, I can't. Maybe you should come with me, Paul. Evelyn Williams is having this dinner party thing at her townhouse.
Evelyn Williams is hot.
Is she?
Yeah, unfortunately she's dating that douchebag, Patrick Bateman. God, what a douchebag.
What is such a dude? I imagine taking a serrated knife and slicing his neck open. Would he finally stop smiling then?
Here's my car. Have your...
Benjamin Walker is so good. I think I remember seeing an interview with him where, like, because he's an actor. I think he was in like the Lord of the Rings TV show and other stuff. But I think he also used to do stand-up. And that really makes sense. He's got such great timing. You see it a lot in Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson as well, which I would love to cover on here at some point because I love that show. It's awesome. It's goofy and cringy, but like I love it. In the same way that this is goofy and cringy, but I love it. But he's so great at just those little asides where you just see the leaking of this rage that you, like, if you look at the title of the show, is eventually going to overtake him. But it's funny to see these little, like, bursts throughout it.
Your secretary, call my secretary with the details, and I'll see you tonight at Evelyn's.
Paul Owen's business card is nicer than mine.
Owen, I swear, in the movie it was Paul Allen, so I wonder what it is in the TV, in the book. I've gotta know now, because I have a problem. Okay, I'm not crazy. So it's Paul Allen in the movie, it's Paul Owen in the book, it's Paul Owen in this. Why change the last name? Weird. Huh, I don't know. I feel like they do that sometimes and I can never understand why. I remember they did that in the Elephant Man movie too. I don't know. Then again, that's based on a real person. This movie, that was a little bit different, but this just seems strange to me. Whatever.
He can get a reservation at Dorsia, and I can't. Thinking he got the Fisher account, and I didn't. Thinking, I am 26 years old, and what do I have?
So many things. It's interesting, as he started to get angry, the static came back. That's kind of cool. Okay, so it's like his brain was getting clouded by the kind of racing thoughts the static came back.
Really big birthday for Patrick Courtney, so thanks for being my co-host. Anything for you, Evelyn, and that outfit to die for. Perfectly complimented by the menu I've selected. I want black and short.
like the stuff like this where it's just listing foods and designers. It's like list songs, which I tend to be kind of judgy about sometimes because I feel like they're lazy. And while like this song is probably not one that I haven't heard it before, but I don't know if it's one I would like listen to a lot. It's another one of those things where I feel like it 100% makes sense in this show with how materialistic everyone is. Yeah, if we're going for what's in the character's thoughts, it's this kind of stuff, so it makes sense. It all feels very... They're doing a great job taking these very silly things, but really matching it well with the era, making it 80s sound, but not like... It definitely sounds 80s. It very much sounds 80s, but doesn't sound like a parody to me, personally. It just sounds like it could, music-wise, come out in the 80s.
Or Giorgio Armani, Mosquito, Alaya, or Norma Kamali. Should I rock the Betsy Johnson, or stick with classic Comme Garçon? No parachute, or Fiorucci. I'm a Prada, I'm a Gucci. When one goes shopping, it's best to take care. As some of us know, you are what you wear.
I will try on these mud freeze on. I think I'll go to Ferragamo. I don't know if I'm such a fan of your sparkly gold Charles Jourdan. But let's be clear, there's nothing ironic about our love of Manolo Blahnik. No, there's nothing remotely ironic about our love of Manolo Blahnik.
Should we rock the Betsy Johnson, or stick with classic Comme Garçon? In a certain kind of neighborhood, you might get away with Vivian Westwood. Go by on First and where we swear it's a wrap. You are what you wear.
This is Evelyn. Hi, Evelyn. I have Patrick for you. Patrick! Are you excited, birthday boy? Now listen. Your brother and mother are already here. She refuses to take off her sunglasses. I'm worried. She hates me.
She doesn't. She's just heavily medicated. Listen, can we add Paul Owen to the mix?
What? Echo?
Paul Owen. Read my lips. It's for work.
Oh no. You're not ruining my dinner party with your latest neurotic obsession.
He's coming, Evelyn. I've already invited him. It's my birthday dinner.
I won't have an odd number at my table, Patrick. This isn't Hoboken.
Can't you invite someone else? Can't Courtney bring Lewis?
Lewis is in Lewis is unavailable.
Fuck's sake, Evelyn, it doesn't matter. Fine, I'll bring Jean. Jean, are you still on the line?
I am.
I say, Jean. I need a warm body. Will you come to Evelyn's with me?
What do I wear?
What you have on is acceptable.
Giorgio Armani, Mosquito, Alaya, or Norma Kamali. Should we rock the Betsy Johnson, or stick with classic Comme Garçon? No parachute, or Fiorucci. I'm a Prada, I'm a Gucci. When everyone's watching and the flashbulbs flare, it's best to remember you are what you wear.
Oh, the flash, they're constantly posing like they're in the mirror or like someone might be watching them. It's just this compared with like it pairing it up with the way that the guys were dancing earlier. Again, it's performative in very different ways, but it's interesting.
A bit late, aren't we, boys? They're incredibly late, as a matter of fact. Everyone's already here, including your last-minute additions, both of them, for which I'm still unbelievably furious with you.
It's good to see you, Courtney. You look very pretty tonight. Your face has a youthful glow.
You really know how to charm the ladies, Bateman, don't you?
You can ignore me all you want, but I'm never forgiving you.
Don't crown Timothy. I wanted tonight to be perfect, not just for Patrick, but for you too. We heard about Meredith.
Do you have a lint brush, Evelyn? For my lint.
It's in my bedroom.
You know the way. Courtney, can you get the Kieran out of the refrigerator, please? But of course.
Evelyn,
All right, fine. I forgive you.
what do you think of Paul?
Oh God, I don't know. He's fine, I suppose.
He's rich.
Everybody's rich.
He's good looking.
Really brought the card to show her, like, what do you think of him? Like, it's a picture. Because to him, that's all it is. Like, all he is his business card. So all Paul Allen is his business card, which is better than his and not okay. That's, I like that. I'm sure this is probably closer to the book, but I like how much more kind of neurotic this one is than Christian Bale's him in the movie. You definitely see elements of that, but this is so much more. It's funny, but imagine it'll probably be less funny over time.
Everybody's good looking.
He's got a great body, great definition.
Yeah, everyone has a great body now, Patrick. But I love you. I love your definition.
Okay, but Paul has these business cards.
like she thinks that he gives a crap about what she thinks of, like, as far as like he might be feeling insecure about her looking at Paul. No, it's about what he thinks it's about. He feels less than Paul. Her, not part of the equation.
Get this. So far today, from the second I left my apartment, I counted 23 homeless people. 23?
I've counted 34. It's shocking.
Well, I've counted 42. And what's really shocking is most of those homeless, faceless 42, most of them want to be out on the streets.
I call bullshit.
No, it's true. Listen, they, for whatever reason, like living outside in this filthy garbage dump of the city. So
That must
move.
be good.
Move? What are you talking about? We're in New York. Where else is there? I don't know. LA? Chicago? Move and do what?
It's a joke. He's joking. No one lives in those places. Plum wine, Mrs. Bateman.
Wine, Evelyn, from a plum? I don't think so.
Your home is beautiful. What?
It's so nice.
It's fine. For a struggling single girl, it's tolerable. But for a young authorized couple looking to start a family in the next year or two, well, you know what I'm saying, right, Mrs. Bateman?
Hey, bro. Your fake tan is fucking ridiculous.
Don't listen to him, darling. Your tan is even and appropriate.
How do you two lovely ladies know each other?
Oh, us? Ooh la la. As a matter of fact, kind sir, we went to Le Rose together. That's in Switzerland. Then business school in Geneva, also in Switzerland. I barely scraped through, but Courtney, upon graduation, was aggressively recruited by many headhunters. She's smarter than anyone at this table. Which is why I drink and do lithium.
Where did you go to school, Paul?
Christ's sake, just suck his dick, will you?
Harvard.
Yeah, me too.
Then the London School of Economics.
Fuck you!
John, you were telling me about some article you were working on for that
That was an aside or not? You might have just said that. I don't know.
literary journal. What was that about?
The death of downtown.
Oh, get it, child.
That sounds like a cool topic. I should definitely check that out.
Why? No one gives a rat's ass about the death of downtown.
Actually, I live downtown.
Yes, and there's some really cool clubs south of 20th. Danceteria. So, hey, if downtown's dying, I care.
About a couple of bars closing? What about current events, huh? What about like apartheid?
What about it?
Well, we have to.
Just someone who, like, just sees buzzwords in a newspaper and then knows to repeat them and what stance he's meant to have on them to match public opinion.
End it, for one. And not just apartheid, the nuclear arms race. Go on. We need to slow it down, obviously, and stop terrorism as well as world hunger.
Is anyone else starving?
At which point I would shore up our national defense, all the while curbing the spread of communism in Central America, as well as work towards a Middle East peace settlement. Would be good. We have to decrease U.S. military involvement overseas, if not.
They're kind of slowly bringing up this ringing sound. It's like everyone tuning out, but also him tuning out of the existence of everyone else. That he's like on this role of becoming just kind of, he's going down his little spiral holes where he gets weirdly just kind of can't stop talking.
Prevented altogether.
Are we forgetting why we're here? It's someone's birthday!
Domestically, we are in trouble. We need affordable health care for the elderly. Also, why is it so hard to control and find a cure for AIDS?
AIDS? Not at the dinner table.
Let's crack down on crime and illegal drugs, especially cocaine. Protect Social Security. We need to stop people from abusing the welfare system, oppose racial discrimination, promote civil rights, while at the same time promoting equal rights for women.
Thanks for that.
The abortion laws have to change to protect the right to life, while somehow maintaining women's freedom of choice. What else? Illegal immigrants.
Patrick!
It's your favorite, darling. Red velvet.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I like that even the happy birthday sounds synthetic and empty. Oh my god.
Happy birthday, Patrick Bateman. Happy birthday to you.
How old are you?
How old are you?
I'm 27 years old today.
Oh, blow out the candles, Marcus.
I'm a ghost to these people.
And make a wish.
I wish to fit in.
You had to spit. Courtney, you forgot the knife.
I have one.
Okay. Alright, episode.
Palate cleansing sorbet in the kitchen. There's an assortment: kiwi, caramboya, cherimoya, Japanese pear, and cactus fruit. Everyone follow me. Yeah, not you. You're banished. Don't even think about calling me for the next 24 to 36 hours. Mr. Bateman.
Okay. Well, it's still early, pal. You want to hit the clubs, maybe start with Tunnel? Yeah, you do. Taxi!
I kind of like that because things rotate, because there's a like little trap where things can come out of, that the scene changes. We're in different locations. Now we're in a taxi, but we're always still in this white blank space that is like what's inside of Patrick's head. That's kind of cool. I like that a lot, actually. That no matter what, it's like we're still trapped in the same space because he's still always trapped in here.
Fucking Christ, moron fucking cabby! Not the Lincoln Tunnel, not the Holland Tunnel, the Club Tunnel. It's in Chelsea on 11th Avenue.
So I dumped Meredith, did I tell you? I mean, she's been essentially daring me to like her, right? So fuck that, I'm gone. I mean, I tell her I'm sensitive.
You were very freaked out by the Challenger accident, I remember.
Yeah. I mean, what more does she want?
The Hudson River races past, dark, eternal, and abyss. It's the river Styx tonight, and I am Death's Herald. God damn it, faster! Go faster! You're freaking me out.
I really like how we're hearing, you know, his narration along with the words he's actually saying. And usually if the character would suddenly talk to the audience, even like little mini soliloquies and stuff, there'd be some kind of change that the audience could see. You know, they'll go from looking at the character to maybe looking at us, whatever it may be, leaning in more, standing up, moving to a different part. So we as the audience know what he's saying versus what he's thinking. But I feel like with, especially right now, the point that Patrick is at, where like we've seen earlier in the evening during the party where his thoughts were racing more and more, and like his inner dialogue and his outer dialogue are almost seamless. and all of it's getting dark. So I kind of like that they don't really make that. So like, we know that obviously he's not talking to his buddy here, but it's kind of cool to, was it his Bryce? I think this is Bryce. It's just cool to kind of almost make it more and more unclear, I guess, that it's all kind of going into one sort of maddening spiral.
Bateman, what is it? Steroids? I thought you were off them.
I am off them, okay? No, it's not the steroids. It's the world. Everything out there rushing by.
We'll get to tunnel, we'll get shit-faced, it'll be fine. What?
There are these tracks in the dance floor at Tunnel. Why the hell are there train tracks in the dance floor?
Oh, they're from the past.
What do you mean, the past?
We're here on the right, just pull over.
Pull the fuck over, asshole!
Hey, just hang tight, let me talk to the bouncer.
Whatever existential horror is building within me, and I can feel it coming on. When we get to Tunnel, the song I love spills out of the club onto the sidewalk, filling me with this sudden, strange desire to chill, to get in there, drink some champagne, flirt with a hard body, find some blow, and maybe even dance.
Dancing. Interesting that all the covers they've done of 80s songs seem to be a bit more of a stripped down version of them, whereas I know the original plan, I think it's hard, it's like if I'm wrong about this, I'm sorry, I think the original plan was for the entire soundtrack to be like synth only, but then because it was on Broadway, I think there's some rule where like you have to have part of it actually has to be like a band playing, there has to be actual musicians, so they had to adjust things. I wonder if that's why everything sounds stripped down, if that was the choice to make it more actually instrumental heavy or what, but it's kind of interesting. It's like the 80s, the actual 80s part almost sounds less 80s than the songs they're making for the show. Does that make, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Choreography there. That's interesting because he was part of their choreography, which was fun little, all the little exaggerated motions. But then at that one moment, it's like he broke out of it and kind of couldn't find his way back. It's like he's struggling to fit in. He's struggling to keep up with the dance. And he just kind of became more obsessed with her than anything else.
Can I get 2 double Stoli on the rocks, please?
Coming right up.
Wait, didn't you go to NYU?
No.
Columbia? That's a joke.
$25.
I have these drink tickets.
After 11, those aren't good anymore. It's a cash bar, $25.
Well, can you break 50? Because if you can't, I'm gonna stamp you to get to play around with your blood and entrails.
Oh, hang on.
Because if you can't, I'm gonna stamp you.
That's interesting. I wonder if that's on purpose. I doubt it is. I think this might just be one of those moments because it just happens to be where our secret cameraman is sitting. With the light, with the spotlight on them, her shadow, it looks like the feather in her hair is becoming an extension of his hand as he's going to stab you, and it looks like it's making a knife. That's very cool. I think that just happens to be where the person's sitting. That fucking rules. I love
Play around with your blood and entrails.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna keep the change, beautiful. Hey, Christ, I figured out where they go. What? The tracks. They go into the tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Just the theme we're going
Come
with.
on, let's go to the bathroom. You and I need to do some Bolivian marching power, like now. Oh, geez, that's not a hell of a lot, is it? What is Ricardo's problem?
Why does it look like a prison toilet? Ew. Is that what they looked like back then? I'd ask my dad. I thought my dad was doing blow in the 80s. Hold on, that sounded weird. My dad lived in New York in the 80s. And wasn't advertising, so I don't know, maybe he did. But he went to clubs and stuff like that. Usually to like listen to music, but I don't know, I'll have to ask him. I just sounded very weird. I'm like, oh, this was my dad, how the blow was in the bathrooms. I don't think he did that, but who can say? No judgment, daddy.
He said it was a gram. Oh my god! What, how is it? It's terrible, it's fucking sweet and low. I mean, it's definitely not the best, but if we do another one, we should be fine.
I want to get high off this price, not sprinkle it on my fucking all brand. Goddamn fucking Ricardo!
Baby, chill.
This is what his energy needs is cocaine.
What is my fucking problem? My fucking problem is I'm young, I'm skilled, I'm resourceful, and an asset society cannot afford to lose. And yet, I hate my job. You hate your job. The world is going insane, and we're getting to the point where our bodies have somehow become attuned to the insanity. It's starting to make sense to us. There's a flaw in the system, there's a crack in the sky. I've taken the steps, but I'm not feeling high.
There's not enough money, there aren't enough girls. Pretty sure those are signs. It's the end of the world.
Maybe it's me, or it's you, or it's us. My head is on fire, and there is no because.
Take a deep breath, you're just spinning out. I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I love the like ridiculous character voice he's using. It's kind of funny. Like I'm sure that's not how that guy naturally sings, but it works.
You don't feel alright, that's not a crime. Enjoy the spoils, ignore the crime.
Somewhere in the scent of burning line, we're killing time, we're killing. It's the end of the world. The veil is slipping. It's the end of the world. I'm not just tripping. It's the end of the world. It's rushing at us. It's the end of the world, and none of it matters.
Oh, they really made the stage look so much bigger there. I wonder how far back it looks giant all of a sudden. See, when you're really selective about when you open up your stage, it can really have an impact like that. That's so cool. I definitely know how the whole "it's the end of the world" feels like. I don't know what it says about it, that I feel like every generation since maybe then, and who knows, maybe before then, always feels like the world's ending. Now it's feeling a lot like it's ending. That's a little bit terrifying. So again, much like when everyone was dancing together during the last number, now they're all dancing again, and it's like he's not with them at all, but he's like trying to kind of, he managed to grab that one person for a second. He's like, everyone's rushing around him and he can't keep up with anybody, and he's like, it's that struggle he's having of finding a connection, though right now probably more of a physical one than an emotional one that he's looking for, but he's looking for a something, and he's coming up empty. And everyone else is insane.
I'm gonna find out. I've gotta know. It's at the end of the tracks. The end of the...
Oh, I really love that hold on, sorry. With how he's splitting apart, I don't know if this is purposeful, but I love that the light makes three of him in the background. It's just I just love me some shadows, man. I love shadows. And that's very cool.
I've gotta know. It's at the end of the tracks. The end of the road. 'Cause I killed time till it's dead and gone. No in, no out. No right, no wrong. So goodbye, all you cunts. I'm done with these places. I'm tired of all your hideous faces. Every one of you fools is a stupid fuck. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck.
Flash of lights. That looked cool.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. And I've been
I want to start tracking when Static shows up. Because it is an aesthetic thing, of course. Static TV. Makes you think of a lot of things, but 80s is one of them, I'd say. But it keeps coming up, I feel like, when he's at his most erratic. And we're seeing it now. It's not only on him, but it looks like it's projected on the other people a little bit, too. That look like some static or even, like, color bars back there. That it's like the world around him is getting fuzzy and his own sense of self is getting fuzzy. I don't know if that's going to continue or if I'm just like, it just so happens that that's what I've got so far, but I'm going to keep an eye on that because it's cool. Oops. Sorry. It's silenced.
for all my life. Oh Lord. Well, when you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, and I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. Well, you can wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. Up in a pack of lies. I can feel it coming in the air.
These sons of bitches. I don't like jukebox stuff. I don't like, they're making me enjoy this.
Can you feel it in the air tonight? Oh
Haunting. Gosh, when all the lights, it really did look like the stage just went on forever. That was so, I can't see the end of it. It looks so pretty. Oh. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Static.
Pat Bateman. What's your name? Al. Al, did you say? I'll forget it. Doesn't matter. Do you want some money? Some food? Is this what you need?
I'm so hungry.
Yeah. It's cold out too, isn't it?
Yes.
Why don't you get a job? If you're so hungry and cold.
I lost my job.
Why? Insider trading? That's a joke. Now listen to me, Al. Do you think it's fair to take money from people who do have jobs? Who do
See, it's like he feels so empty and so like just the only feelings he can feel at all. Like he feels like oddly nothingness, but also like rage and depression at the fact that he doesn't feel anything, which I guess in and of itself means he feels things. But you know what I mean? It's like he's furious that he can't feel satisfied with all the things that he has, and he never feels like he has enough. So of course, what does he do? He goes and finds someone, because the one thing he does have is money. The one thing he does have is that. So he goes and finds someone that does see meaning in the things that he has, so he can lord it over them and do something terrible, because he's a very bad person.
Work. What can I do?
Do you know what your problem is, Al?
Now he can
You have a negative
someone.
attitude. Guess what? I'll help you.
You're so kind, mister. I can tell.
Do you know how rotten you smell? The stench, my God, you reek of shit.
Sorry.
I'm sorry too, Al. It's just, I don't have anything in common with you.
That's American Psycho. But the way that the hissing came back in, that like staticky sound started seeping in as it got closer and closer, and then overtook as the like waves of static came in. So interesting. And then jump to this, which is a very American Psycho move. Alright, let's go dancing.
I like them like that. I like a hard body. I bet that after this class, she teaches dirty karate. I like them like that.
So we were watching The Substance.
She keeps a tirade, but you know she's naughty.
Hey boy, stop talking like you got me. Speak up honestly. I like a hard body. Hey boy, you think that you can have me? Stop staring at me. Work your hard body.
We like them like that. We like them like that. We like hard bodies, like hard bodies. We want to taste there. We want to taste
That's interesting to put a bear between them. I guess they probably had to do that for decency reasons. See, and this is why this here right here, that whole sequence just happened. The stuff with the homeless man, and then immediately to this is why I find American Psycho fascinating. Why I fully understand why why this didn't do well on Broadway, and why it might have done better off Broadway. Because yeah, that is an insane switch, but that is so much about this story. It is that like dark emptiness of a disturbed man, and then the complete shallowness of the culture surrounding him that allowed him to not only exist but rise and succeed. And yeah, and I think that this musical is doing it well. It's very silly, but in a way that kind of makes sense. But I understand why this didn't do great. Maybe these a bunch of this I'm seeing for the first time, because I've seen like clips of it, but I've never, all the stuff we've just watched this entire part, I have not seen any of this before. So yeah, no, I understand why it didn't do well.
So what's the rest of your day look like?
Jim, then work, then our
The bear in between them is interesting
Which
choice.
one?
What's the one with the little homeless girl on the poster?
Do you mean Les Mis?
Yeah,
Yeah, Les Mis, exactly.
Listen, Patrick, and I'm sorry to spring this on you as much as I relish these afternoon trysts. We need to stop.
Why would we do that?
Because I'm Evelyn's best friend, not to mention Louis is starting to suspect.
Louis is
Don't you call him a homo!
a dork. survey of the women I fuck. Is it my muscles that excite you, or is it the heft of my cock?
You're not hearing me? We're stopping.
Let me ask you, Courtney, hypothetically, if something were to happen to Lewis, an accident, say, or a violent crime, and he were out of the picture, you'd be upset?
I can't answer that. It's too morbid. I'd be devastated.
Fine. Awesome.
I hope things won't be weird between us now. I hope we can go back to being friends again.
Courtney, and don't take this the wrong way, you are a babe. But no sex is worth this bullshit.
Fuck you, you asshole!
Hi
That
there.
trainer we had this morning?
Total hard F. Great tits, right? Great abs.
I'm not impressed. Did you see her knees? Her knees? All I want is for some high
Reginald Walker has me naked in so much of this show. Bless his heart.
shape to sit on my face for 30, 40 minutes. Is that a crime?
Dean McDermott, you're a regular Ed Gein.
Ed Gein. Is he the mayor of the Canal Bar?
No, Lewis, Ed Gein, the serial killer, said a lot of interesting things about women.
Jesus Christ, Bateman, not again.
What
I love
Christ?
that he keeps
Don't
dropping all
piss
this.
me off. Yeah, he's got a point, though.
I mean, then again, I was about to judge him for dropping random serial killer information, but that's also me at work. Yeah, I've done that game. Yeah. The people I work with think I'm strange.
When you're not talking about your hero, the Donald, you're talking about the Son of Sam, or Ted Bundy, or Featherhead, for Christ's sake.
Featherhead? Who the hell is Featherhead?
He means Leatherface, you idiots. Part of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I believe.
That's right.
Inspired by
And for the record, Van Patten, The Art of the Deal is not just the best business advice book ever written, it's also an excellent memoir.
Who wants to steam? And then maybe Bateman can tell us all about the Hillside Strangler, too.
That's not that interesting.
Question. Would I ruin everything by strangling Lewis? On the other hand, would the world be a safer, kinder place? The grim truth is, my world might be, so why not?
Jesus! Patrick! Why? Here. I've seen you staring at me. I've noticed your hard body. I want this. I've wanted this since that Genesis concert we went to. You were wearing that red striped Paisley Armani tie. Can you go away from me, Louis? It's cool. I was nervous my first time too. Nervous, I was terrified. Does Evelyn suspect? I know Courtney doesn't.
I have to go. I have to return some videotapes. Lewis, this didn't happen.
Wait! Patrick! I'll call you!
We're off to the theater, the seats are cheap.
I really hope I don't fall asleep.
Don't need tickets to Phantom of the Opera. They got great seats for Les Miserables. Shall we wear the gold brocade? It totally sparkles on the barricade.
Second row, facial hair, and wear the clothes on clouds on wear.
you last night. I called you from the Carlisle where I checked myself in. You never answered.
To give up. Why were you staying at the Carlisle?
Because the woman who lives in the brownstone next to mine was found murdered and decapitated yesterday.
Goodness. Well, are you all right?
Of course I'm upset! I went to Elizabeth Arden to calm myself with some facials, and Mia, my facialist, described me as tense.
I love how into the story Patrick is. Like, big fan of Les Mis. Which I get it. Yeah.
No tip for Mia. Stop dodging. Where were you last night?
I was packing your neighbor's head in ice in my freezer.
Mean it. I wanted to come over and discuss something important, but you weren't home.
And return some videotapes. Discuss what exactly?
The future. And how we should just do it.
Do what?
Get married! Well, have a wedding. We can announce at my Christmas party, your mom will be there.
Evelyn, darling, are you having a stroke?
I want a 16-foot tiered Ben & Jerry's ice cream cake. And a gown by Ralph and thousands of roses and Annie Leibovitz! And someone to videotape it so it's real.
So it is. It's not real unless someone's taping. Then what's the point of it even happening? This song I do know. I have heard this song before. I've seen a clip of it. And I remember it being good. Though I have not seen... the clip I've seen is not this recording, I guess, because the line readings were a little different.
If we get married, we'll make a new life.
Having a nightmare where you are my wife.
Like a huge diamond, won't settle for less.
How many carrots, or should I just guess? If you only knew.
Okay, but for real, huge... like, mini rant. I have a new job. I work at a jewelry store. And we just had a diamond show where I got to see what, like, a 7-carat diamond looks like. That is absurd. That is too much ring for one person. That is a lot of ring. I don't get it. I just don't. Like, I'm not a diamond person to begin with, but my goodness. It's just, take cost out of it. Take cost totally out of it. It just looks insane. Truly, like, I thought the rings we normally have, like, we have a couple, like, 3 carats. I thought those were too much. My God. Madness. I also, like, I don't understand when someone's like, oh, look, do you want to see what a $60,000 diamond looks like? In my head, I'm like, it must be this big. And then it's not. It's like this big. But when you look at it, you do kind of see other universes. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, no. That looks insane. I get it now. But still, too many carats. Looks crazy on your hand. It looks like you're wearing something fake. No, sorry. I just saw this happened like 3 days ago and it was wild. And like my coworkers were trying to get me, because I'm the only girl that works there. And I'm barely a girl. They tried to get me to like try stuff on. I'm like, no, absolutely not. They were trying to get me to try on a $35,000 diamond necklace. Like, I'm not even gonna touch it, let alone try it on. Are you crazy? I'll take it out if someone wants to see it, and I doubt they will. Anyway, that was my little mini rant about carrots.
If we get married, would I
Stares at her.
If you only knew.
If he got married, he might relax. I'd serve him dinner.
I'd swing an axe.
There's a look in his eye that I don't understand. I'll burst into tears when he takes my hand.
Then I cut off her
Blow it.
head. If you only knew.
Just look at her. I do really like that song because it just shows how much nobody in Patrick's life understands what's going on in his head at any point in time. But because of who he is because of how seemingly charming he is and how he looks correct. People just project whatever future or thought they want onto him, and because he doesn't mind looking like a Ken doll, because that's what he wants to be superficial and plastic sometimes. He kind of wants both. He wants to look perfect and fit in perfectly, but then he also feels isolated. He kind of does it to himself. So you just project whatever you want onto him and he can be that thing, which is why he's extremely dangerous.
Jeez, Evelyn. I don't know.
Well, what are you gonna do? Wait 3 years until you're 30?
Did I tell you I'm wearing $60 boxer shorts?
Ah! You are impossible! A real party pooper! Excuse me, pardon me. And if I call you tomorrow from the Carlisle, which I won't, because I am livid with you,
Ducks his head.
you better answer.
Though it would make my life so much easier in so many ways if Evelyn just stopped breathing. I don't go after her. And there's no reason for this choice, my choice. It's simply how the world, my world, moves tonight. The Meatpacking District. Hi there. Do you take American Express? I'm kidding. What's your name?
Christine.
I'm Paul. Paul Owen. Would you like to see my apartment?
I'm not supposed to.
Oh, come on, get in. I have another friend coming over, Christine. I think you'll like her. Climb in.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Is the song gonna tie in?
I've been waiting for this moment for
It's interesting, in the musical, it's a taxi. In the film, he had his own car and driver. Which I think, like, a girl maybe would think, like, oh, well, you know, he's a big enough person that maybe I'd be safe. But it's also, like, in a taxi, scary, but you think, like, okay, taxi driver's there, so maybe I'm safe. Either way, it's... In both cases, he's not driving. So I think...
Can you feel it in the air tonight? Oh Lord.
Sabrina, this is Christine. Sabrina. Sabrina, did you clean yourself?
Yes?
Good. I saw you admiring that Annika. You like it?
What? I'm sorry.
The painting. It's by an artist named David Annika. Quite expensive, $50,000.
50,000? Seems like a lot.
I don't know. I think his work has a kind of wonderfully proportioned, purposefully mock superficial quality.
You have a nice place here, Paul. How much did you pay for it?
Actually, that's none of your business. But I can assure you it certainly wasn't cheap, and that's a very fine Chardonnay that you're not drinking. Now, would either of you ladies like to know what I do for a living?
Not really. Are you a model?
No, flattering, but no.
He needs to talk about... He needs to talk about himself in the most superficial way to strangers so that they will think big of him.
I work on Wall Street at Pearson Pierce. Have you heard of it?
Sure. It's a shoe store, right?
Again, he's talking about Paul.
It's an investment bank.
What do you do there?
I'm into murders and executions mostly. Depends.
Do you like it?
I don't know. It depends. Why do you ask?
Because most guys I know who work in mergers and acquisitions don't really like it.
Yes, but see, I handle a very important account, the Fisher account, and anyway, that's not what I said. What I said. Oh, forget it. Let's just get started.
I just think that the beat on this song's kind of cool, and I'm loving the choreography that it's like, just, first of all, the women's legs are amazing, but him, like, just staring more straight at us, just, like, completely, like, the whole every pleasure is a bore, like, nothing's working where he's done drugs, he killed someone. That seemed to be the first time we got this, if the static is melting the world around him, but also maybe giving him some kind of anything, as far as, like, feeling something, then killing did it. Sex isn't doing it. The way that he was, like, grabbing her is still, like, they're being very sensual, and he's still being extremely controlling and, like, telling them where to go and things like that. It's very creepy to watch, and they capture it pretty well. Also, just, yeah, this song is so much. I feel like Selling Out in this one, or so how he sees himself, but the whole, like, I'm a god. Partially, I think, because he has been doing crimes so far, as we believe, and has not been caught. So he does, and that's something that, you know, killers a lot of times, if they start doing stuff and nothing happens to them, they do start thinking that they are above the law, that maybe they just can't be caught.
You should stay calm, remain compliant. I'm probably not your average client. Remember, girls, this is Manhattan. Stay up late, you know things happen. Look at the moon, see it wax. It will hurt less if you relax. Are you excited or afraid? Either way, you will be paid. I am needing so much.
And his face is kind of in this snarl, like he's saying these horrible, he's like, you know, or less if you relax, things like that, but he just looks angry. Whether he's angry at himself or them, if he's angry at himself, he's projecting it onto them. It's just like, I have a buddy who thinks this choreography is hilarious, and that's fair. I actually really think this choreography is kind of cool. I like it a lot. I like that we see one person, yes, it's silly because sex, one person at a time being added to the display we're seeing in the background, that, like, this is all he's seeing is just their cutouts of people. They don't know, people don't exist to him anymore. They're starting to just kind of, he's starting to see everyone as cutouts. It's all just diagrams, it's all just drawings. And we see one person there and then another person come in, and then they just keep exchanging like that, genders keep exchanging whatever. It's everyone's interchangeable and nothing means anything. I think it really shows them how meaningless all of it seems to him right now, whether that's a commentary on this, how sex was being treated in the 80s, or it's just specifically how Patrick sees them. I'm not sure, but either way, I think it does a great job of showing the overindulgence and also just emptiness of all of it, with this blue lighting on it. I think it's interesting, but I get why it's silly.
There is no reason, no course, just the need to stay the course. I thought you'd help me to understand that I'm not a common man. I am not here, I am not there, I have nobody, I have nowhere, I am not here, I am not there, I have nobody, I have nowhere.
And that's interesting. Creepy when he was like grabs their hair like that, and at first just kind of movement, and then it clearly is hurting them. I wish there was video of other people. Well, we haven't had many Patrick Batemans. I think maybe just the two, unless they've done it elsewhere. It's just him and Matt Smith. I'm curious to see how Matt Smith played him, because there's something that Benjamin Walker does that, like, I didn't see with Christian Bale in the movie, where with lines like that, I'm not here, I'm not there, I'm nobody, I'm nowhere, where Patrick looks like almost afraid. like he's scared of himself a little bit, which I think is kind of fascinating. Of like, is he afraid of what he's capable of, or is he afraid of how alone he feels, and that maybe nothing will ever help him?
Tomorrow, Sabrina will have a limp, and Christine will have a black eye and lacerations on her back from a coat hanger. They will have left my apartment bleeding, but compensated.
Oh, Patrick, I'm so sorry. I thought that you were still at lunch.
It's okay, Jean. Come on in.
Patrick, I sent out all 300 of your Christmas cards. They're so beautiful.
Mark Kostabi designed them. Limited edition, only available this year.
Very fancy. Well, if there's nothing else.
What? What are you doing for Christmas, Jean? Are you going home?
I'm staying in New York. My sister's coming to visit. She got us tickets to Les Mis. I'm pretending that I haven't seen it.
You know, some people think that it doesn't live up to the hype, but did you like it?
I loved it.
Oh, me too. I thought it was so beautiful and emotional, especially Fontaine's tour de force solo, I Dreamed a Dream, which it's safe to say could be one of the most important ballads of the 20th century.
Yeah, I know. I cried. It's such an uplifting.
Why'd you have to be a murderer? Why couldn't you just go really into musical theater and just have a good time? Huh, Patrick? Why'd you have to go be murdery? Just go be a theater critic.
Human story.
Isn't it? And the innkeeper and his wife, they were hilarious. I can't get that song, Master of the House, out of my head. So witty.
So, big plans for Christmas?
I'm hanging with family, escorting my mother to Evelyn's Christmas party.
I thought you two were in a lover's spat or something.
We were. But then this kind of existential chasm opened up in front of me while I was shopping at Bloomingdale's, and I don't know. 'Tis the season.
Real talk.
This is for you. Merry Christmas, Patrick.
Merry Christmas, Jean. As with many people, the holidays are a difficult time for me, so I bolster myself with daily viewings of Silent Night, Deadly Night, a superb movie about an axe-wielding Santa.
It's an okay movie. Superb, come on now. It's fine. It's the best of the four, but it's not great. If you want a good horror Christmas movie, you watch Black Christmas. Fantastic. Same director as A Christmas Story, which is hilarious. To be honest, here's my hot horror take. I think that Halloween gets a lot, the movie, not the holiday, gets a lot of credit for things that honestly Black Christmas did first. Things like the POV killer shot and stuff like that. I think Black Christmas did it first, and in my opinion, Black Christmas did it better. Or if you want a more modern horror Christmas classic, Krampus, it's fantastic. Same director as Trick or Treat, which I think is the quintessential Halloween film. I watch it every year on Halloween. And then that director went on to make the best Christmas horror film. I am a nerd. But hey, like, if he's gonna talk about horror films, I gotta comment.
My hot apple cider with copious amounts of drugs and alcohol to dull the screaming. And I prepare my apartment for a Christmas Eve bacchanal bloodbath. Whose? I don't know yet. But that's my Christmas present to myself.
Oh god.
I want a party to remember the best of this New York December. Fabulous and perfect bet. A party no one will forget. Mistletoe, mistletoe, I love. Mistletoe,
I love the way that the choreography went to kind of almost like a demented sort of thriller zombie vibe the minute that Patrick took over. That's so fun. Okay, all the limbs became broken looking. More and more, like, in his physicality, becoming more monstrous. And I know I've seen clips of further on in the show where he does, like, fully kind of transform more into this, like, monster. So we're seeing, again, more of that inner horror leaking out.
Isn't he Mrs. Bateman? Isn't Patrick such a grinch?
He can't stop himself.
Oh, it's over there. It's being tended by Frosty the Snowman.
Hey, are you on something? Yeah, so can we smoke some off here? So many things I think affect me having an entire attack. Jesus, low point of the night much? Yeah, if you don't want to share, just say so.
Evelyn, have I
It's like Jekyll and Hyde, but Jekyll also sucks. It's like that.
told you what Louis got me for Christmas? You know the artist Jean-Michel Basquiat, of course.
Of course, Louis, you sneak. I personally would love to have an original anything under my tree Christmas morning.
Courtney's head in a hat box, a necklace made of Louis's fingers.
Will there be a ring on one of those fingers? Louis, follow me. I need your help at the buffet.
I hope you like Evelyn's Christmas gift. I helped her pick it out.
Is it a Black & Decker 20-volt max lithium cordless chainsaw from my wish list?
It's a raincoat from Burberry.
I saw you talking to Courtney, Patrick. You didn't tell her about us, did you?
Us, Louis? There is no
weird shit in the background.
What are you doing here?
I love just creepy, like weird pose, weird sexual odd things. It's giving very like Shining or like Eyes Wide Shut in the background.
Personally, I'm tripping, and I think you were trying to get me
Not here. Never here.
That's how he sees the world.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Merry Xmas, Paul. Merry Xmas, Paul. How you been, Halberstam? Workaholic, I suppose. You know me, and you workaholic. Just closed down shop for the holidays. One last meeting at the Knickerbocker. Now here I am at Evelyn Williams' Christmas party. Evelyn Williams is still dating that douchebag Patrick Bateman, so I hear. Is Cecilia here tonight? She has the flu. Ooh, say, Marcus, it's pretty dead here when you say we cut out together. Oh, but the Christmas midgets are about to sing Old Tannenbaum. You still hankering for Dorcia? Amazing sea urchin there this time of year. Yeah, great. Let's do that. But first, let's swing by my place.
Or how much this cost them to get the rights to. You cannot do American Psycho and not have Hip to Be Square. They couldn't have done a cover. They couldn't have picked another song. It had to be this. And I appreciate that they knew that, but it probably cost them some money. Static is back. Got the newspaper down. Not a good.
You like Huey Lewis in the news? Maybe they did Back to the Future, right? In a sense. They recorded 2 songs for the movie, The Power of Love and Back in Time, which I consider delightful footnotes to what is shaping up to be a legendary career. Their masterpiece, though, in my opinion, is Hip to Be Square. Have you ever listened to it? I mean the lyrics? That's okay.
with Chris Hayes blasting guitar and the terrific keyboard playing. Who cares about the lyrics, right? The song is so damn catchy. Most people don't realize it's a rollicking ode to conformity and the importance of trends, not to mention a personal statement about the band itself.
God, I'm drunker than I thought.
That's the date rape drug I put in your drink.
That's why I'm feeling so mellow.
Paul, about the Fisher account, tell me, how did you come to acquire it?
One of those things.
I wonder if that's more in the book, because in the movie, like, the Fisher account is something that Paul has, but not something that Patrick is super obsessed with. Whereas this really seems to be something that's like, he needs to know why it wasn't him. This Patrick is a lot more insecure than the one in the film. I have to assume that's a movie choice. And again, part of it comes from the way that Benjamin Walker's playing him, that he is that, like, a lot more fidgety. You're seeing a lot more of that physicality of his downfall and how bad he's getting. I don't know. I'm not gonna read the book. For a second in my head, like, maybe I'll read. I won't. You know you won't, Jess. Don't say you will.
Because they thought I'd be the best person to take it to the next level.
Right, of course. And Dorsey, how is he always able to score a reservation at Dorsey? It's a silly thing, but I've always wondered.
I'm friends with the maitre d'.
Interesting.
I said this in a run reaction and I will say it now. If you see anyone dressed for weather that is not happening outside, run away, because something bad is going to occur. I would say same goes for newspaper on the ground. If they don't have a pet, they might just be into arts and crafts, so we won't go for that. But still, raincoat when it's not raining, go away.
Taking a piss in the men's room at the Yale Club, Paul. And I was staring into this thin, web-like crack above the urinal's handle. And it started me thinking, if I were to say, somehow miniaturize and disappear into that crack, odds are good no one would notice I was gone. No one would care. In fact, I thought, if they noticed my absence, they might even feel an odd, indefinable sense of relief. And that's when I realized this truth, Paul. Paul, look at me.
Leaves the audience.
The world is better off with some people gone. Our lives are not all interconnected. And some people do not need to be here.
Marcus, is that a raincoat you're wearing?
Yes it is, but Evelyn's giving me a new one for Christmas from her.
Evelyn Williams? Why would Evelyn Williams be giving you a raincoat for Christmas? Why are there copies of the style section all over your floor? Do you have a dog? A chow or something?
No. I put them down in case I killed Courtney, Evelyn, or Lewis tonight, but that was before.
Well, we hadn't decided.
I am utterly insane, Paul. I like to dissect girls.
It's fine. I used to hate Iggy Pop too, but now that he's more commercial...
It's so funny because it's like, are they here, like, in the reality of what's happening? Is it that he's saying different things, or is it meant to be that we're not hearing what he's actually saying? Or is it meant to be that no one's actually listening to him? Or is it both?
I do.
Yeah, we're gonna lower that. This isn't Evil Dead. I think the Evil Dead musical has like a splatter zone, which I've never seen. But if I were to go see it, I would sit in the splatter zone. You have to. This is not one of those, so we're gonna put a tarp down for everybody.
27 years old.
He's back.
Did you know that? Paul.
The jump. Oh. End of Act 1, and that is the most iconic thing in the film, is that death. I think pretty well done. The little blood cannons. I think that was smart. I think at one point they were considering doing bloodless, just doing red light. I think there has to be some splatter to it. It just makes it feel more impactful. That jump, Benjamin Walker's got some good moves, but the jump down into it just feels so like he's putting everything into it. That was wild. Hey friends, quick little warning at the beginning here that this part has a lot of flashing lights. Quite a lot of flashing lights and murder, but mostly it's the flashing lights. Alright, so feel free to skip if you need to, it's all good.
5 minutes to die. Another 30 to stop bleeding. I know, because I timed it on my classic Rolex Datejust. Afterwards, still wearing the bloody raincoat, I take a cab.
Okay, I wonder how long we're gonna be in darkness for. It looks like a little bit. That's okay. Again, we appreciate all the people who risk their lives for these. That is very funny. I timed it on my very nice watch. Like, yeah, it's Patrick. Why you this way? Many reasons.
Up to Paul's apartment on the Upper East Side. I let myself in with his keys. The plan is taking shape in the folds of my brain. But where should I send Paul on a business trip? Amsterdam, Rome, Phoenix, London. London? I'll send the bastard to England. My answering machine. His answering machine. Our voices are similar enough.
Hi, this is Paul Owen.
Hi, this is Paul Owen. I'm sorry I'm not here to receive your call, but I'm in London for the next 2 weeks, taking the Fisher account to the next level. This is something business related. You can reach me at my office. I packed one of Paul's Ralph Lauren suitcases with a double-breasted suit from Brooks Brothers, Paul's passport, and an assortment of toiletries. Then I head back to my place, where Paul's body is already in rigor mortis. I zip him up in a Canalino goose down sleeping bag. I got the Conrads on sale.
Would you like a hand with that, Mr. Bateman?
Thank you. Lloyd, I've ordered a car.
I believe it's idling by the delivery entrance. I'll get this loaded, then have it circle around to the front.
Thank you, Lloyd. Oh, and Lloyd, my secretary sent you an envelope, didn't she, with a little something for Christmas?
Yes, sir. The card was beautiful. Mark Kostabi, wasn't it? Thank you, sir.
This is what happens next. I take the thing that was once Paul Owen to an apartment I own anonymously in an abandoned building in Hell's Kitchen. I place it in an oversized...
That's very interesting. I took the thing that was once Paul Owen of like... The minute that it's the whole thing of with serial killers, the product and process killers. Some killers, what they get off on, what they want, what they're going for, the thing that gives them the most adrenaline, whatever it may be, is the process of killing. And for others, it's the product of what they do with the body. And so for Bateman, it's the process. It's the killing, the act of it. Once that's done, he doesn't particularly care about the body itself. He'll do whatever with it, clearly. Saying the thing that used to be Paul Owen.
Nice porcelain tub. I pour a bag of lime over it. I watch as it dissolves into anonymity. And then I take the car, which I had waited for me back home. I am relieved that no one has seen me. But in the elevator going up, Merry Christmas. It's great, isn't it, this building? Your penthouse must be...
I like it.
I thought you were very good in Top Gun.
Okay. Alright. I'm sorry, I'm just like, why is this happening? This is not in the, I don't know why this is happening. I guess just make a joke about Tom Cruise. He is, it is reported he is I'm all for mocking Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a piece of shit who uses unpaid or underpaid labor from Scientology, so I don't care. Go ahead, mock him all you want. Ha 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 ha.
I thought that was quite a good movie, and Bartender also. I thought that one was exceptional. Pardon?
The film is called Cocktail, not Bartender.
Oh yeah, Cocktail. That's right. Anyway, I'm a big fan. It's nice to finally meet after living in the same building for so many years.
Right.
You know, I have that same pair of aviators. A lot of people say we look alike.
I don't see it.
December slides into January, which mutates into February, which creeps towards March. There is a theory that obliterating Paul might have satisfied something. But no. I continue to have intense dreams of vivisection, and my nightly bloodlust overflows into my waking life.
I've got the red static. See, it's building in him. That thing just unlocked what he could do more of. Someone handing away. I was talking about, you know, the interesting thing when a character in a musical is handed a microphone. So he just got handed a mic.
Hey pretty girl, you wanna dance, you wanna get lucky, this is your chance, the drinks are on me, can I be frank, I'm doing quite well at my investment bank, what do you do for a living, no don't answer that, I don't care, I'm just kidding, you can ignore my friends at the bar, they're trying to score, but they never get far.
Okay, I do think this is really interesting. So in the past, when we've seen these like group dances where it's not characters of ours, like the business card or something, when it's background dancers, when it's scenes clearly at like a club or something, it's always Patrick trying to dance along and then at some point usually becoming off rhythm with them or basically just struggling, whether it's not being able to walk with everyone else as far as like, I can't tell if it's him feeling like he doesn't measure up to everyone else because he needs to fit in, that's so important to him, or if it's more just he can't relate to other human beings. But then also it's this thing of he feels unseen, which is great for killing people, but also frustrating that, like, you know, Paul kept confusing him with somebody else. That, like, I talked about when he references things, like when he'll just outwardly speak about killing people, it's like, are they hearing something different than what he's saying? Is he saying something out loud that everyone can hear that we, the audience, can't? Or that no one's really listening to him? So now he's killed someone, he feels powerful, he feels in control, so he's got a microphone, the spotlight's on him, everyone's dancing around him, he feels like the center of something, he feels like the center of this little world that he's making of static and blood. I think is what they're going for, which I think is a very cool way to kind of show that he's feeling powerful in this moment. More powerful than he can get with his money and things like that, that he's taken a life. Everyone, whether it's people he knows or just victims, they're all just blending together now in the static. It's like they're all interchangeable with all the men and women looking the same, which used to, I think, like, it seemed like it made him feel empty before. Now it just makes him feel above all of them. An interesting way to kind of show the mind of a serial killer. Through dance, through the power of dance. Hilarious.
She's not important, just
Also, apologies for the sniffles. I'm sick, as you can probably tell from my voice, but I needed to record because I haven't done it in a minute. So apologies, I'll try to keep the sniffling to a minimum as much as I can.
kind of annoying. That's a fine Chardonnay that you're not enjoying. Oh, never mind. Let's quit this dive. My white M3 is parked outside. We'll call my dealer. His product is clean. Fuck, I don't wanna drive. Let's get a limousine.
With the dancing one before, it was like he couldn't keep up with everyone. Now it's more he can do his own thing, he can kill someone, and then just blend back into the rhythm of everything.
Hey, Patrick! Did I catch you at a bad time?
It's always a bad time for me, Lewis.
Okay, it's during a spur of the moment, but I booked us a room at the St. Regis under the name Professor Plum.
Leave me the fuck alone, Lewis, or I will decapitate you.
I hear the words you're saying, Patrick, but you need to hear my words. I love you very, very much.
Oh, this is rich. I shouldn't say this guy at work is totally gay, but I don't mind that. We should follow our bliss. I know a great spot. It's called the Abyss. Or even better, let's go back to my place. We'll have an after party. I can eat your face. Don't be nervous. Invite your friends. The night is young, but it all depends.
It's so insane. I kind of like this a little bit. I like the red mixed with then flashing to the whites and darks. It's black and white and red all over, with the exception of the blue on Patrick's suit. I don't know, man. I just think this is kind of cool. Like, I get it silly, but I like it. We're also seeing the escalation here, which is something that you'll hear a lot about serial killers, that like the first couple are so planned out and it's all what's that horrible, as I'm pulling a Patrick Bateman here, that quoting a serial killer, but I think it's a Ted Bundy quote where it's the whole thing of like the first, I don't know the exact thing, but like the first time around everything is planned out so meticulously, and by like the 13th murder you forget where you put the wrench or something like that, that it just becomes so like, it becomes a spree. It's not this like forethought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do something. It becomes sloppy. It becomes just a madness of blood. I don't know why this didn't do well on Broadway. I don't know. I don't particularly like 80s music. I'm a big 90s music fan. So all this music is just like meh for me, but it works. There's just something with the dichotomy between this like club music and what he's doing that's just awesome.
Gene. How are you, Gene?
That's a fantastic skirt you're wearing. You look spectacular.
Your mother's here.
What? My mom's?
You scheduled lunch with her?
Well, cancel it. Say no. Say no.
Patrick, she's here. She's your mother.
I can't face her, Jean. 2 hours alone.
God, the way that like he was so just brazen and crazy and felt empowered in that last sequence. And suddenly it's like your mom's here and you just watch him like fold in and become a nervous little kid is interesting.
I'll go with you.
You?
Yeah, if you want. I mean, I'd like to get to know Patrick Bateman's mother.
Jean, that is a brilliant idea. Do we need reservations?
I've already made some, darling, a tavern on the green.
After lunch, we sit in the park.
We take the train into the city. Patty and I. Oh, he loved visiting the Egyptian mummies at the Met.
Me too.
And if we want to get all weird about it, as far as like over-examining character stuff, it's all been black and white and red. With the little, like I said, he's got a little bit of dark blue on him. But even Jean didn't have red on her, but is still wearing black and white, still kind of conforming to the color scheme that he's got. And then she comes in and takes over with this green, with the green bench. Probably purposeful, I imagine. I think that kind of stuff's interesting.
I mean, I only went to the Met once when I was 12 with my sister, but we spent all day there. Every room was like this universe.
For one brief moment, I imagined myself with Jean. We're holding hands, running ahead of my mother across the great lawn. Buy balloons, we let them go, watch them float into the sky.
You know, darling, if you married this one, maybe you would be less unhappy.
I'm not unhappy, Mom. Anyway, Jean would never marry someone like me, would you, Jean?
So, what other secrets can you tell me about Patrick from when he was growing up?
Don't answer that, Mom.
Well, he was perfect. My perfect little angel. He was a beautiful child. He made me laugh. He made me smile. A golden path was paved. Still, he was so well behaved. And it's a funny thing. He loved to dance. He loved to sing. Such beautiful blonde curls. I knew one day he'd rule the world.
It's a nice thought. Patrick as a little child, playing at the seaside, his spirit free, his laughter wild. It's a nice thought to think that underneath he's bearing a sweet soul, not just perfectity.
This might be the most Duncan Sheik sounding song so far out of any of these. This sounds like a Duncan Sheik song to me. I mean, they're all Duncan Sheik songs, obviously, but this one actually sounds like one.
Say it aloud, but you know he makes his mother proud. I hope he'll settle down. He'd be so great with kids around. And you seem sweet, not like the other girls that he met. You two would look so nice together if you took the time and you knew him better.
Tell me,
I'll tell you
about him.
about him.
I want to
Understand him.
I wonder if this is more of a thing in the... I wonder how much of a thing Jean is in the book. In the film, it's very clear that she has a crush on him, and for Patrick, she's just kind of there. And only then he doesn't kill her, so... Spoilers. So, there's clearly some kind of... if not affection, then just, I don't know, maybe, almost jealous of her naivete or something, but, I wonder if it's more in the book, I'm not sure. or if they just kind of put it more forward in the musical, because that kind of thing lends itself to music more.
Maybe it's crazy if I say I can't save you, but it's just a daydream. Getting to know him is harder than it may seem. It's a nice thought, but still a little scary. Something inside me knows I should be waiting.
Later, sitting at my desk, I'm trying to remember something, anything from my childhood. But there is nothing.
Patrick!
Huh?
It's interesting that the static's now green. And whether green means nostalgia for him or green just means his mom, and he's trying to think back to moments with his mom. But clearly because usually it's been white, and then with the blood it's been red, but I don't know. Interesting.
No, Patrick, it's me, Jean. There's a detective, Donald Kimball, here to see you on some kind of official business.
Tell him I'm at lunch.
I think he knows you're here. And it's almost 5.
Send him in, I guess.
Sorry to barge in. I should have made an appointment. I'm Donald Kimball.
Patrick Bateman. Pat Bateman. What is the topic of discussion today, Detective?
I'm investigating the disappearance of Paul Owen.
I see. Well, I haven't heard anything about that. I mean, it hasn't been on page 6, at least.
These are just preliminary questions for my files. What's your address, Mr. Bateman?
55 West 81st Street, the American Gardens building.
Nice! Very nice.
Thank you.
Doesn't Tom Cruise live there?
You know, he does. The penthouse. In fact, I was just talking to Tom. Well, I guess it was a few months ago now. Christmas Eve, in fact.
Everything's ran together, but you know how much he loves having a life that just by saying his address, people are jealous. I love this character in the movie is played by Willem Dafoe, and he's I never know quite what to make of this character. Another thing I wonder if it's different in the book. Will I ever read it? No, I won't, but I'll keep wondering.
Jesus. Time flies. Time flies.
Christmas Eve is the night Paul Owen went missing.
Is it? Well, I was at my girlfriend's Christmas party that evening, and then I bumped into Tom later in the night.
Your girlfriend is Evelyn Williams?
Yes, but she would happily corroborate if you ask her.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bateman. What can you tell me about Paul Owen?
Well, the thing about Paul is, he was part of that whole Yale thing.
The Yale thing being?
Well, I think for one, Paul is probably a closeted homosexual who does a lot of cocaine. That Yale thing.
But what kind of man was he?
I hope I'm not being cross-examined here.
Do you feel that way?
Paul Owen lived an ordinary life, Detective. As far as I know, he ate a balanced diet.
There's a message on Paul's answering machine saying he went to London.
The Fisher account, that makes sense.
But his girlfriend doesn't think so.
Have you consulted a psychic?
No, but that's a good idea.
Do you suspect foul play?
Can't say. It's so strange, though. One day someone's walking around, going to work, alive, and then
the earth.
The what?
The earth just opens up and swallows people, I guess. People just disappear. It's eerie.
Listen, I've taken up enough of your time.
Well, I do have an early lunch with Cliff Huxtable at the Four.
I think that's a line that is I think that's a line that belongs to the detective in the movie. I like that they gave it to Patrick there. I'm pretty sure. Again, I love the body language. If he's always just playing with his hands, his weird little self-soothing motions. His body language is always very tight. It's just this bundle of nerves and chaos in there.
Season, sir.
Here's my card, Mr. Bateman. If anything occurs to you, any information at all.
Nice.
Nothing special.
Say, Detective, there couldn't be a connection between Paul's disappearance and all these murders I keep reading about.
You know.
The way he mentions it, it's that whole thing of killers want to be caught. As well as exciting for them not to get caught, it's that need for the attention that just, and especially with someone like Patrick, would drive him insane.
About those?
Well, I've been following them. I'm a bit of a buff about serial killers. Ed Gein, Ted Bundy. That's what we're dealing with here, isn't it?
Yes, but we're getting close to catching him, Mr. Bateman. We think he's been working for years, but the last few months he's been getting sloppy, careless. Only a matter of time now.
Good. Good luck with that, Detective.
Let's be in touch, Mr. Bateman.
Already this year, there have been 4 major air disasters, all caught on videotape. The new Oscar de la Renta deodorant I've started using is giving me a slight rash. Talking ATM on 72nd has started to say things to me like,
Feed me a stray cat.
last night, I killed a woman, not a prostitute, in my apartment. Am I trying to get caught? Jean, what are my next 2 weeks like? Can you clear them for me and get me Evelyn?
Of course. This is Evelyn.
It's bone season. I think we should go away.
Who is this?
It's Patrick.
Oh.
I just need to lay low for a couple of weeks. You think we could go somewhere?
Oh, baby, I wish we could. It's just that ever since this stupid
I
promotion.
just feel like we've been losing touch, Evelyn. I want us to reconnect.
Oh, honey! Well, in that case, I know just the thing. The Hamptons. All our chums will be there. We'll stay in Tim's. I'll book us a helicopter.
As in an aircraft?
Well, what would you have us do, Patrick? Rent a Volvo? Go for a bike ride.
Alright, they don't go anywhere in the movies. This is all new to me. That's... Oh gosh, this stage gets so big.
We'll head to the beach. If you bring the Prosecco, I'll bring the peach. And behind the hedges, they're down the lane. They're playing badminton. It's a dangerous game. Dangerous game. Well, everything's glowing. All is sublime. At the end of an island in summertime.
There's only one problem. I'm losing my mind. At the end of an
It's killing me. He's just crumbling and she's just through all the troubles, but it's the way that, like, again, he's not in control anymore. Everything's just kind of happening to him or around him. I love it.
island in summertime. We jog, we go windsurfing, we talk about romantic things like the moonrise in October over the hills of Virginia.
Virginie.
We take bubble baths in Tim's big marble tub, go skinny dipping in the ocean, snuggle under cashmere blankets. But something is off. I fantasize about drowning Evelyn in the tub, wrapping her body in the blanket and dragging it into the surf. Did I do that already?
At the garden party, Madras and stripes.
This place is infested beaches digging up baby crabs under a sky so clear I can see the entire solar system. And the sand dunes lit by it seem almost lunar in scale.
Where should we go for dinner tonight, darling? Nick and Tony's?
This morning, pre-dawn, I microwaved a beach jellyfish and devoured half of it.
You're right. I am gaining weight out here. Well, everything's flowing. All is sublime. Blah, blah.
Cut off from New York and my pursuits, I have all the characteristics of a human being. Flesh, blood, skin, hair. But my depersonalization is intensifying. There isn't, I come to accept, a clear, identifiable emotion within me. It was a mistake to leave my natural habitat.
We like it like this. Pretend smooth.
Going back to the Hard Body song again. But yeah, it's the way that he's once more just out of step with everyone else. He's not dressed like it's beach time. He doesn't know how to, like, it looked like it hurt for him to take the jacket off. Like, it's hurting him to peel off that protective skin. Benjamin Walker is so good in this. He really, really is. Like, he manages to just make Patrick be a complete maniac, but also a really fascinating character. And it's the point where you almost not feel sorry for him as, like, you don't want him to be caught or stopped or something like that, but more of just, like, you can sympathize with how difficult it must be having his brain, I guess you can say. Like, clearly there was something extremely wrong with him. He is not okay. He needs help. And you can feel sympathy for that without feeling sympathy for, like, the dude who's killing people. Supposedly killing people. Anyway. And it also, like, the way that he's not sure what he's done and hasn't done anymore. It's all just, as we've gone through, as the story's continued, everything is just becoming more and more amalgamated and just, like, staticky. It's all through, it's like everything in his life is through snow now. He can't figure out what's happening and what's not happening, or what has happened, or what he wants to happen, or what's happening currently. It's all just a complete blur, which is terrifying. Like, you can see the terror in his face and be like, that's gotta be freaky, but also, bad man.
You smell so good. Lotion to you.
Hey, so I was at the Food Emporium last week, and what exactly is the difference between distilled and purified water? Does anyone know?
Well, with purified water, most of the minerals have been removed. The water has been boiled and the steam condensed into, ergo, purified water.
Distilled water, on the other hand, has a flat taste and usually is not for drinking.
And sparkling water gets its fizz from carbon dioxide, right?
Yes.
I knew it.
What are you thinking about, darling?
The body I left back home in my apartment.
Yeah, I know. I'm worried about my mail. I wonder if it's piling up.
I could take it to the apartment in Hell's Kitchen the way I did with Paul's, but I want to keep the men's bodies separate from the women's out of respect. You never met Victoria, did you, my neighbor? I bumped into her in the dry cleaners. She'd been sniffing around me for months, so I invited her up to my apartment.
Patrick! Who hung this painting?
I did, Victoria. It's an Hanukkah. You like it?
I do, but Patrick, I'm pretty sure you hung it upside down. Yes, you hung your Hanukkah upside down. I can't believe that. How funny. Did you do that on purpose?
She annoyed me, so I crucified her with a nail gun.
All right, smart guys. What's the best thing to drink after exercising?
My trainer says Gatorade is good.
Isn't spring water the best replacer?
And it's not even like, I don't think he feels bad. It's not like he's being tortured by, like, guilt. It's more just, he feels like he's unraveling as a person.
There's the bloodstream faster than any other liquid.
I was afraid to try Pellegrino for the first time. But then, once I did, it was fine.
Pellegrino's trash. Barely has any fizz and like no flavor. It's flat if it just like sees a picture of open air. Topo Chico. It's the perfect mineral water for someone with ADHD. This is not a paid promotion. I wish. It's just me with everything I drink. I will open one of these and then forget I did it for like 15 hours. Still fizzy. Perfect for ADHD. It's the shit. Love it.
Guys, wine coolers in the fridge, steaks on the grill, Whitney on the stereo.
For a minute, I thought he was just fully chilling out wearing a little dress and a cardigan. Gotcha.
Just the same, you know, as that boy I met at that mixer in college. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Let's say good.
The past isn't real, Evelyn. It's just a dream. Don't mention the past.
What has gotten into you?
I realized my need to engage in homicidal behavior on a massive scale cannot be corrected. Coming out here, I thought...
I think it would help if you made a firm commitment.
Maybe. Wait, to what?
To us! To our future, together!
Ellen, you're missing the essence of what I'm saying. I have a severely impaired capacity to feel.
I know! What I'm saying is I do too.
That antique weather vane that Tim's hung over the fireplace in there, I'm wondering if I can use it to kill people.
Marry me, Patrick! Marry me, and let's find that out together!
I need to know what she's hearing. Or if that is actually what he is saying out loud and she just doesn't give a shit.
I think suddenly, why not agree and end up with this girl? If we can go back to New York today, this afternoon, in a helicopter.
Anything you want, my darling.
And that protects me.
Well, then let's get you back there.
Thank God, New York City, that Long Island is pretty shitty. Back to my old haunts. Know the heart wants what it...
I've been to New York I've only been twice. But there is something about, so I don't quite know the deal with Long Island, except that if you shit on Long Island, New Yorkers will laugh. That's all I know.
Old haunts. Know the heart wants what it wants. Maybe some fresh hell. And no one there to kiss and tell. A prostitute, a friend. Messy, satisfying, and I find you the happiest fact. Did you think I was an amateur? Just a weekend hack.
And yes, this is what an American Psycho musical should look like. Just covered in blood with Patrick in his underpants. Boom. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. You know, I was just thinking, and I say this as someone who does not know the Jekyll and Hyde musical at all, but I bet Patrick Walker would be pretty good in it, knowing nothing, just because he can contort his body in different ways that I think would make that performance interesting, knowing nothing about it. I like when it truly looks like something is happening to him, like he's turning into something else. Sort of like James McAvoy in Split, when he's becoming the Beast, or things like that, or clips I've seen of Benedict Cumberbatch in Frankenstein, the stage production, which I have not seen all of, only seen clips. I'd love to watch the whole thing. I like it when people bring a kind of distorted looking physicality into their performances,
And I think Benjamin Walker does such a great job here. I wish he was more popular. I know he was in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which I have not seen. And I know he was in the Lord of the Rings show, which I also haven't seen. I literally just know him from Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson and this. But I just think he's extremely talented. And seems very charming. I wish he could be. He honestly looks like he'd be a great, like... He shouldn't be in the movie or anything, but, like, if they were going to do, I don't know, like a TV show of another Gotham, but they wanted to, like, have Bruce be older as, like, a background character, I feel like he'd be a good Bruce Wayne. He looks kind of Bruce Wayne-y to me. Anyway, just, it gets so wild, and once more, I know that that's probably, what maybe made people not like this show as much, but I think if you're gonna make an American Psycho musical, you've gotta just kind of go for it and just swing for it. Because even if you fail, at least, like, you swung. And I feel like this one swung, but kind of hesitated at the last second. I think it could have been crazier even. And as I've said throughout this entire thing, I think that if it had been on off-Broadway, like, would it have been extremely successful? I don't know. But I think it would have done better. I think it would become a cult classic, which I don't know if it has, because I've never spoken to anyone else who's seen the damn thing, or even knows it exists, so I don't know, and that's talking to musical fans and horror fans, because those are the two kinds of friends I have, pretty much, musical fans or horror fans, and neither of them know, so I don't know.
Sabrina, Christine, how are you ladies? Long time.
Hi, Paul. Where have you been, Paul?
I was in London on business. I can't really talk about it, but I can assure you it was incredibly important.
This is a new place.
I moved. Do you like it, Christine?
It's a palace compared to the other apartment.
It's not that much nicer.
How'd you do that painting, The Expensive One?
I burned it. It was worthless. Listen, I would really like to see the two of...
He burned it because he accidentally hung it upside down. There can be no sign of him making a mistake or being weak. And just talking, oh man, him constantly talking as if he were Paul is so wild. Because he's got to be Paul. He also, too, Paul was, whatever he thought his name was. Haberstrom or something. And then also he's, Patrick. It's a lot. It's a lot to remember to be.
Get it on.
But not like last time.
No, Christine. Nothing like last time. I'm ready to restart, to excavate some bleeding heart. I'm ready for release. A little violence to bring me peace. I'll take a strong position. I don't have any inhibitions. If you wanna watch, let me know. I got it all on video.
That's a good little spin there. I just like the way he's moving because it looks like not only that, like, he's changed, but also, like, either he's changing into something or, like, he's struggling to just keep his body upright and moving. Like, he's trying to, like staying in step with everyone that he's been trying to do this whole time is now becoming fully impossible. Like, he can't even get his body to work like a normal person anymore. Maybe it's a little bit of both, but I love, like, everyone else is kind of also disjointed in it and very broken in their movements because they're corpses. It's like he's half dead already. Feeling what he's doing to one of them. It's like a weird, now all of the victims have truly, like, they're all one. They've all merged into one thing. It's just a series of bodies. Like, they were a little bit different because he at least knew their names. These ones, who even knows? Oh, goodness. I do like the just having the sound effects of the weapons. It's kind of cool. God, it looks almost like if you've ever seen the house that Jack built. It's like the, you know, like that, like the house he was building out of people, or maybe like Antichrist with all the people in the bodies in the tree, the little base of the tree, which I don't particularly like the movie Antichrist, but the image is very striking. Or even like just like rats, just like tails all conjoined in that thing. What is it called? The rat tower or something. Just horrifying.
Dismember Sabrina's legs. I used blood from her stumps to scrawl a message across the walls of Paul Owen's apartment in dripping red letters. Something from my memory. It seems a lifetime ago. Abandon all hope. Ye who enter here.
That kind of rules. That kind of rules. Them redoing that song from earlier on, but this like contorted, weird version, and the music all sounds messed up. They're like, oh man, that's really interesting. I kind of like that. It's either him seeing the corpses dancing like that, or just, you know, he has so little value in people alive or dead that they're the same to him. He just sees like they're all just empty. Which that's true, they all are, in the way they live their lives anyway, is very empty. But that's kind of cool, I like that. I like the way the song is just kind of off a little bit.
Patrick! I didn't know you shopped at this Barney's.
I don't. I'm not here, Louis. Goodbye.
No, wait, Patrick!
Are those bags or are they television sets? Oh, they're bags. Oh, they're shopping bags. Hilarious. For now, they were TV sets. I'm like, okay. I've just been watching Hazbin Hotel. I'm like, Fox? No, that's so funny. So they're like status bags. That's perfect. Because yeah, in that song, they're literally just listing labels. This is basically what they look like, but a little different. So now we're pretty much going to see Patrick, to everyone else, probably looking normal, but to us, seeing the inner him, which is in his underwear covered in blood. No more symbolism left. It's just, that's what he is now.
This whole thing with Evelyn, marrying her, it's
Evelyn, not Vivian. Evelyn.
insanity! I can't keep going on like this. Louis, get your hands off of me! Listen. No, listen! I know you have the same feelings I do, so why can't we be together?
Louis, you pathetic little faggot! If you don't stop with this bullshit, I'll slit your fucking throat right here in Barney's.
Wait, Patrick! I figured it all out! I don't have to marry Courtney. You don't have to marry Evelyn. We can relocate to Arizona and buy an inn.
What the fuck? You're marrying Courtney?
Not if we go away together.
Oh my God, listen. You are truly the only person more insane than I am.
I love you, Patrick. I love you.
I'm convinced, Louis. You convinced me. Now, have the guts to face reality. I don't love you. I don't love anyone.
You just eat a guy's face in the middle of Barney's. You know how it is. I do like that from our point of view. He's just like rubbing blood on this dude's face. It's so creepy. But it's also how his, like, kind of just, whether real or not, his inner sickness is kind of, he leaves it on everyone he comes in contact with.
Hello, this is Courtney.
You can't marry Louis.
Why not? You're marrying Evelyn.
That's different.
What can I say, Patrick? Time is running out for all of us, and I want to have children. But what? Only you get to be happy?
But for the millionth time, Louis is a fan.
No, he is not, Patrick. Why do you always say that?
Because in college, he used to let frat guys tie him up and gang bang him at parties and stuff.
Oh my God, Patrick! College!
I'm trying to save your life, you dumb bitch!
Oh, well, that's nice. Good. Bye, Patrick. Do me a favor. Don't call me again! Patrick?
Wasn't that interesting? How he kind of broke through the... What wall is that? Was it a fourth wall? A wall. He broke through a wall. Kind of screaming her face on the phone.
Is everything all right?
Gene, fine. Everything is fine.
You were yelling.
Gene, do you want to accompany me to dinner, Gene? If you're not doing anything tonight.
Yeah, I have no plans.
Oh, isn't that a coincidence? Where would you like to go?
I don't know, doesn't matter.
Come on, anywhere you want, I can get us here.
What about Dorcia?
So, Dorcia is where Gene wants to go. Gene is just like everyone else.
No, I don't know. We'll go wherever you want.
No. Dorcia is what you want. Dorcia is what you deserve. Well, let's stop at my place for a drink beforehand. Would you like that?
It makes me wonder if she'd pick something else. No. Because if she picked something else, in his head would have been like, she's different, so maybe she doesn't have to die. No, he would have found some reason to want to kill her. He's got this weird, like, strange thing with Jean, where he kind of looks down on her and puts her on a pedestal at the same time. It's kind of weird. I love that they're keeping this background going. They're just keeping all the blood there. Everyone's just, because now he is not entering everyone else's world. Everyone is just kind of entering his world. His mind has taken over the set, the colors, his costume, everything. It's all his mind now.
Sure, if you want to.
I'm not staying with you right now, visiting your sister.
No, it's just me.
Perfect. So I'll see you at my place. Then take the rest of the day off. Go home, get changed, wear something, I don't know, special. Let's make this a special night.
Okay. He doesn't sound great. His voice a little thin. Does he need someone the way that I need him? Does everything he has amount to enough? Does he need someone to hold when he gets around? Am I someone he could linger on? Or would he simply move along? Am I someone he would love more? Would I be just a girl
I'm trying to figure out why this song feels jarring, and I think it's because, first of all, I don't particularly, I mean, the Jean Patrick thing, I think his view of her is kind of interesting just because of, like, how weird he is with everyone. But I think this might be the first time we've had a song sung by someone else on their own that was actually like about their inner thoughts with Patrick not there. Like Evelyn and her friends singing, you know, the songs about clothes or the food, things like that. That's setting up for the party. That didn't feel weird. Or, you know, when they sing songs like the 80s covers. But this one is like sort of a, not an I want song, but it's an internal dialogue song. It's her inner thoughts. It just kind of feels like it doesn't really fit. I don't know. Am I weird? Does anyone else feel that? It just seems like if the only like inner thought songs we get are from Patrick, and suddenly in the last second we get one from Jean. It's not like we were following Jean through. I mean, we saw her, but it's not like it was like half Patrick and half Jean's story or something. It just kind of feels jarring. It's a pretty song.
He looks at me sometimes in a certain way. All the fears I have seem to fade away. I know that I'm a fool to think that this is real. I'm breaking every rule, 'cause this is how I feel. Am I someone he could linger on?
The act of him dressing her, I'm trying to figure out if that's like, this is what he would turn her into, is this girl in this red dress. So he's the one that's helping her put it on. It's all for him. It feels weird. But I think that's what they're going for.
He simply move along. Am I someone he would love? Would I be just a
She is wearing his color. It just looks wild. But also shows how much like she's looking and seeing like, what if this could be a future, and not seeing the reality of him, which is just horrors.
I'd like to travel, or maybe go back to school. I don't really know. I'm at a point in my life where there seems to be so many possibilities, but I'm so... What, did I say something wrong?
No, it's just what you just said about possibilities. Reminded me of a girl I knew in college once.
A first love? Anyway, I'm a bit unsure about the future.
I just want to have a meaningful relationship with someone unique, you know?
That makes sense.
To live happily ever after, right? That's what he wants, I want.
That's why people...
That's what he wants. Interesting. I wonder what that was about. Okay, so that's what he wants. Is that like what the image of Patrick Bateman would want? Is that how that works? He's talking about Paul. No, I think he's talking about like when he talks about, you know, there's an idea of a Patrick Bateman. That idea wants that.
We need each other, I guess, to be happy.
Some don't. Well, people adjust to their circumstances.
You're not one of those people, Patrick.
Oh, Jean. Where you see nature and earth, life and water, I see an unending desert landscape devoid of light and reason and spirit.
But I mean, haven't you ever wanted to make someone happy?
What? What was that?
Haven't you ever wanted to make someone happy?
Evelyn? Or someone else?
Did you know, Gene, that Ted Bundy's first dog, a collie, was named Lassie? Had you heard that?
Who's Ted Bundy?
Forget it.
Does not know how to people at all. He doesn't know. Yeah.
You were saying.
Just that I think I'm in love with you, Patrick.
I've been hearing love confessions from a lot of people lately. You can see how uncomfortable he is with a conversation that is something about something substantial. He clearly like just doesn't know what to do with it.
Because you're concerned with others, and that's a rare thing in what I guess is a hedonistic world.
Gene is very bad at reading people. Very, very bad.
What else?
You're sweet. And sweetness is sexy, as is mystery, and I think you're mysterious and considerate. And I think shy men are...
I love seeing these bloody footprints. It's like the gore he's leaving in his wake as he's hearing this version she's describing that doesn't exist, but he kind of almost wishes it did. Like he wishes he could be whoever it is she's describing. It ain't him, but it's maybe somebody.
Romantic, Patrick. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm somebody.
I think you should leave. I think you should go home.
No. Did I ruin it by telling you?
No, don't be scared. It's just if you stay, I think I'm gonna hurt you.
You couldn't.
I don't think I can control myself. You don't want to be hurt, do you?
No. Patrick.
The truth is, I've never wanted to make anyone happy. Not even myself.
I love the laugh there. I think that's a genuine, like, it's like a wild animal being touched. He's just like, like he doesn't know what to do with actual contact that has like meaning behind it. Isn't just superficial, handshakes or whatever with Evelyn. Like there's actual emotion behind it. He freaks him out.
Get out, Jared, please. Go!
The way he holds on for just a second. Oh, monster person, but interesting, but monster person. I'm not sitting here feeling bad for him, but it's more just like feeling bad for who he could have been if maybe he had help. And as of now, spoilers, he hasn't actually hurt anybody, but I just, I don't know. I feel a little bad for who he wants to be versus who he feels he is.
There's an idea of Patrick Bateman
some kind of abstraction. There is no real me, only an entity. This entity.
Detective Kimball? Patrick Bateman! You came to see me about Paul Owen's disappearance?
No. You can shake my hand. You can feel my flesh gripping yours. I simply am not there.
I killed Paul Owen, detective, with an axe. And not just Paul. Dozens and dozens of people, too many to count. Most of them women you can't imagine.
The truth is, it's hard for me to make sense on any given level. I am fabricated, an apparition.
I can tell you where the bodies are, detective. I keep some of them in an apartment in Hell's Kitchen, but lately I've been using, you'll appreciate this, Paul Owen's apartment as a meat locker.
I don't know, I kind of like the idea that he's becoming introspective in a sort of critical way at the same time that he's also confessing. It's like he's calmed down enough and thinking clearly enough that sort of the good Patrick Bateman, the concept of a good Patrick Bateman can kind of seep through enough to reach out and tell someone.
My conscience, my pity, my hope, it all disappeared a long time ago. Probably at Harvard, if it ever existed. There are no more barriers to cross. No more frontiers. I am without limit. And I'm a pretty sick guy, detective. And I almost hurt someone good. So I think you might have to stop me. Or something.
I almost hurt someone good, because I don't know, man. I feel like a bunch of people he killed that we saw anyway were people that he knew, people like on the same level as him as far as like economic, you know, that kind of stuff. Social class. So I think it says something a little bit that he just assumes anyone who has a similar lifestyle to him is automatically not good. Partially because of how he sees himself, partially because of how he sees, you know, the things that are important to him he knows are empty bullshit. So if they're you know, important to anyone else, then they automatically must also be empty bullshit, I think is kind of where they're going. Yeah, I don't know, I like that.
When you get this message,
we've seen Patrick go down. We've seen a bunch of other people go up and down on that thing, but I don't think we've ever seen Patrick go up or down on the little elevator. Everyone's not covered in blood. Says something that he thinks that just by confessing that it all gets wiped away. I think that's also very telling about him. That everything is so easy to cast aside that, yeah, sure, once he says it, then it's like it never happened. That's the video story. theaters is it? I bet the acoustics are great from the shape of the stage. Oh, it sounds so pretty.
Good morning, Patrick. How are you?
Out of the back was mine.
I slept like a baby. No dreams, no nightmares. Ready for whatever's next.
Patrick, I hope that you're not disappointed in me about last night. For admitting my feelings towards you.
Not at all, Jean. I found your confession inspiring, in fact.
Good, I'm glad.
I'm calling HR this AM. You're getting a promotion. You deserve it for putting up with all of my bullshit. And a better benefits package. I want to make sure that you are taken care of.
Patrick, I don't know what to say.
Just say yes, Jean.
Yes.
Oh, because he thinks he's going to jail. Right, got it. I was like, this is kind of interesting. That or he's just trying to push her away. Or both. I think it's both.
Thank you, Jean. For everything. Jesus!
You're on edge.
Sorry. Waiting for a shoe to drop.
Oh, it already did. They're going to announce it at the partners meeting tomorrow.
Announce what?
Oh, nada mucho. Just that you're getting the Fisher account.
Really? Wow.
Effective immediately, you'll be the one taking it to the next level. And by the way, I wasn't supposed to say anything, so act surprised when they tell you. Okay?
Will. I am.
Yeah, we should celebrate. Get the whole sick crew together. What do you say, pal? Tunnel, for old time's sake.
You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. When I met you,
I picked you out and shook you up and turned you around, turned you into someone new.
now 5 years later on, you got the world at your feet.
Success has been so easy for you. But don't forget, it's me who puts you where you are now, and I can push you back there too.
Having Paul Canoe to be in the white suit for that part right there. I put you where you are now. Oh, that's great. I love it.
Don't you want me? You know I can't believe it when I hear that you won't see me. Don't you want me? You know I don't believe you when you say that you don't need me. Trust you ain't lying. When you make her change your mind, you better change your mind.
We've got Static back, but I don't know. It's kind of wavy this time. It's a little different.
Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me more?
The timing cannot be more perfect, Timothy. With the wedding almost upon us. Oh, which reminds me, Patrick and I would love if you'd be our best man.
Christ, can we talk about something relevant for a change?
What did you have in mind, Bateman?
I don't know, Carruthers. Maybe. Where do we have reservations?
God, Patrick, when did you become such a control freak?
I don't know, I always feel better when I know where I'm going next. McDermott, 222, check the gap.
No fucking way. The coke I scored there last time was cut with so much less.
Whoa, enough, Jesus.
No point at night much.
I can call Dorcia and get us in.
Dorcia? Ooh la la.
I highly doubt that, sure. Maynard Dean was one of my roommates. Freshman year, you ass. Deal with it. So should I call?
Yes.
on, Bateman. We're waiting. Excuse me. I have to return some videotapes.
Patrick, it's Dorcia. We're going.
Detective Kimball?
Mr. Bateman, how are you? Having a night out?
I am, yes.
Well, this detective just hangs out at a nightclub. If he's even there, this makes me wonder if this conversation is actually happening. I don't know.
A rockin' and a rollin'.
Yeah.
But I thought I might hear from you.
About?
Did you get my message? The one I left you sort of ramble.
In the movie, he didn't leave it on the detective's answering machine. I think he left it on his lawyer's answering machine. Which makes a little more sense that the lawyer then didn't do anything about it. It's a little weird if the detective doesn't look into it at all. I don't know.
Confession.
Oh! God! Yes, that was... So that was you? Oh, Mr. Bateman, I have to tell you, that was hilarious. You killing Paul Owen and the escort girls and all the others, that was brilliant. You're a very talented man. You should be an actor.
Detective, you don't seem to understand. That whole message I left you.
Yes?
It was true. I tortured and killed dozens and dozens of people. I killed Paul Owen and chopped him up. And also, I liked it a lot. Really can't be any clearer than that.
Mr. Bateman, that's just...
I think I remember right in the film, when he is leaving that message, he goes into a lot more detail. Like, he just kind of rattles off a bunch of things he did, including that he ate some of them. I know he does more things in the book that are insane. My mom hilariously has read that book, which, like, my mom is super anti-horror. Not anti, but, like, I don't know. She gives me a lot of shit for watching horror. She doesn't watch horror. And yet she read that. So, like, come on, Mom. Mixed messages, bro. But I know there's some things with rats and a girl, and anyway, they weren't going to put that on stage, and they certainly weren't going to put that in a movie, so, but yeah, they reference things being way more messed up. But it is weird, if this is a cop, the fact that he wouldn't then look into this dude who seems so sure that he's done stuff, even if you know for sure he hasn't killed Paul Owen. Wouldn't you kind of look anyway? Just a little? I don't know. That's weird to me. It made more sense when it was on his lawyer's answering machine.
Not possible.
Why isn't it possible?
Because I had dinner with Paul Owen in London, where he is indeed hiding out.
What?
I found him and had dinner with him twice, in fact.
And he was, like, alive?
Oh, very much so. And mortified about the whole thing. Apologized for wasting my time. Bought me tickets to Les Mis on the West End. Excellent show, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Okay. Les Mis on the West End, and it was a lovely show. That's the one West End show I've seen. It was wonderful.
What about the escort girls? Did you go to Paul Owen's apartment? Did you see their bodies, the blood on the walls?
I have been to Paul Owen's apartment, Mr. Bateman. Just today, in fact. Have you?
He was looking around, like he was looking around the room, but also almost at the static too. It's like his mind's fraying in a different way, where like the fantasy and reality are finally starting to separate, and he's starting to see what's his actual life has been.
Hi. I'm Mrs. Wolf, the real estate agent. Can I help you?
I'm looking for... Doesn't Paul Owen live here?
No. In fact, he doesn't.
Are you, like, sure about that?
You saw the ad for the apartment in the Times?
No. I mean, yes, I did. In the Times, but I think Paul Owen still owns this place.
There was no ad in the Times. So So I think you should go now.
What happened here? The body is the blood on the walls.
Don't make any trouble.
This isn't a game. This is my life.
I suggest you leave. Don't make any trouble. And don't ever come back here again.
So it's crazy when this happens in a film. You know, without giving away things. You know, certain movies, like, you know, Fight Club, when you find out what's going on, or this movie called The Voices with Ryan Reynolds, when you see how he's living throughout the first, the first half of the film, and then maybe the first 3/4, and then you actually see the reality of what the house that we've seen this whole time. We've been in this apartment the whole time. And then when you actually see what it really looks like, and you realize, like, what's been going on the whole time, and it really, like, throws you for a loop, because you have to go, like, wait a minute, let me recontextualize everything that's just happened the entire time I've been watching this film. I think it's really cool when a writer can pull that off.
Maybe this schism is just a symptom of late capitalism. Saviors died and risen, worlds that wouldn't listen. To their own collapse. Even if this story seems overwrought and gory, it's not a fable, it's not an allegory, no cautionary tale, no memento mori, or a vague perhaps. Maybe you've been slaughtered, maybe you've been pissed. Either way means nothing, I simply don't exist. Look at what's been done here and judge it out.
That's the weird thing. It's you're relieved that he hasn't killed anyone. Obviously, you're relieved that no one is dead, and he should be relieved, because it almost seemed like in the end when he gave his big confession that he wanted this second chance, this redemption in a way, and he got it, because it's like when you have a horrible nightmare that, like, something's happened or someone's died or you've crashed your car or whatever it may be, and that amazing relief when you wake up, and it feels so real. You wake up and you realize that's not happened and everything's okay. That's what he should be feeling. But there's also this emptiness of just like, oh wow, I never did any of those things, so that means that, you know, I don't have to deal with the consequences, but also, oh, I never did any of those things. I never did anything. I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I'm as forgettable as everyone seems to kind of think I am. And my version of a power fantasy is extreme gore. You know, it's... Yeah, I know in the film, they can't really do this in the show, but in the film, Gene is looking through his date book at one point, like toward the very end, and you see just all this insane doodling he's done. It's like it started normal, and then throughout it's just become more and more graphic depictions of violence in his little planner. So it is kind of funny. It's like, it should be a relief, but to him it's like almost a worse emptiness. I don't know. It's a fascinating character for sure. One that I'm sure lots of people can say a lot more than I can about him, but I just have always found it kind of fascinating.
I am all alone here, I am the solipsist. This is what we've
And this is maybe an extremely dark thing to say, so apologies up front. But as empty as he feels now, I don't, like, because now he's gonna marry Evelyn, he's gotta, like, now follow through on the stuff he said, so that's something. He doesn't love this woman. That's gonna, you know, she'll want a kid at some point, then that'll happen. You don't see a good future for this guy. But oddly enough, I don't see a future where all of this leads to him one day maybe doing the things he fantasizes about. I don't think he's that guy. I think he is this sounds weird. I think he's too much of a coward. Not that killing people is a brave thing. It's hard to explain what I'm thinking. But the dark reality is I more see a future where Patrick, the emptiness consumes him and he ends up taking his own life. Maybe not, maybe he loves himself far too much to do that. And again, I know this is an incredibly dark thing to even ponder, but just trying to see this character's future, and that's kind of what I bump against, is that potentially happening one day. I don't know. People get into psychiatry is becoming a big thing at this point. If you could just get a therapist, you know. But the thing is, he would never tell a therapist the truth. He'd be too obsessed with what the therapist thinks of him, which I do get. I've done that before with therapists, where it took me a while to kind of say the reality of the situation out, sometimes tailor what I wanted to share to how I wanted them to think of me. Which is a hard thing to get past, because, like, it's a stranger. That's the point, is they're there to listen, but, like, nah, I don't think he could ever be honest with a therapist. Anyway, I'm pausing too much, but I'm just, like, thinking so much now about, like, all the stuff we've seen and where this could go.
I know that this is not an exit. Am I just a version of the end of days? Am I just an effect of a modern phase? Am I just the end point of the grand parade? Should we be?
Even this, as self-loathing as it is still so extremely, like, still, even at his, what would be considered a low point, when he is thinking, I am not a person, I am nothing. Him saying, like, am I the end point, am I whatever, am I the effect, it's still thinking so highly of himself. Even though, like, it's still somewhat of a superiority complex. I don't know. At his wedding, and does he actually like any of them? Maybe Bryce a little? That's kind of it, which is also kind of sad. And the cops there? Sure, fuck it. he's living his life. It's so like with the glass behind. It's that he's the disassociation he feels with everyone around him.
I am 27 years old, living in New York City at the end of the century. This is what being Patrick Bateman means to me.
And there we are. I feel like having Gene there and that long look, I feel like he still wants to be the person that she was describing that night. But the reality is he is the person that Evelyn wants to marry because it makes sense, even though Evelyn's cheating on him, even though he's cheating on Evelyn, possibly still. It's just doomed. They're all just in this. I like that it does have this sort of. You don't see a lot of wedding scenes in media that feel so, just bleak. And I like that. I like that they stay together because in the movie they do break up. And so it ends with just like him having the confrontation like he did with a cop, but it's his lawyer at a bar. And that's kind of sort of it. They just go back to talking about nonsense. And that's the end. I kind of like the wedding ending because it shows how not only is it, I guess the movie, it's more like nothing's changed. He's just back in the same thing. And in this, it's more like things have changed and that he's going to get married. And it's like he has no control over everything again. He is helpless to just sort of go along with what he feels should be happening next in his life. So there we go. There's the American Psycho musical. I enjoy it. I think that I don't know if Duncan Sheik has done more than the three that I know. The Duncan Sheik musicals that I know are Spring Awakening, Alice by Heart, and this. I have not seen all of Alice by Heart, but I have heard the soundtrack. I think that this one is the weakest, which, I mean, like, I just genuinely think Spring Awakening is one of my favorite musicals of all time, and I think Alice by Heart has some really beautiful, beautiful songs. Even for a topic I don't care about because I don't really like Alice in Wonderland. I want to maybe one day watch all of Alice by Heart. Maybe I'll do it on here if y'all want me to. I think this show is really interesting. I think it has some tonal problems that are kind of almost inevitable. Like, it honors the show in interesting ways that, like, yeah, some of the things are really campy, but don't feel out of place. There's a song about cards, there's a song about food, there's a song about designer labels. It's campy. The beach song and stuff like that, or the hot body songs, all of them make sense. Everything here made sense. I don't know if it makes a whole that is totally coherent, I guess. Because then other songs are very introspective and interesting, and other songs are just kind of like, oh, that's weird. It's a bit all over the place. I didn't hate the covers like I thought I would, because I'm not a fan of covers in musicals. For the most part. I did actually like quite a few of them. There's maybe like 4 or 5 songs in this musical I think are genuinely really great. And that's okay. Like, there are few musicals that I love every single song on the soundtrack, that's for sure. In general, though, I think it's kind of fun that this show existed. I certainly don't see it coming back anytime soon. I think what I will say is, like, look, it was never going to win anything. It was the year of Hamilton and Waitress and like a bunch of other stuff. Like, it was a big, big, big year. It's the first year I watched the Tonys, as I watched it for Hamilton. But I do think that the staging is great, the like stage production stuff, and I think the lighting is really good. I generally have some of my favorite lighting of a show. I really, really like it. I think that they matched the era really well. And I loved what they did with the turntables and with that. And I think that this show would be, I really kind of wish that there was a recording of Matt Smith doing it, because I think he's a really great actor and I'd be curious how he does. But I don't know if this show works without that Benjamin Walker performance, in the same way that, like, I've seen chunks of Beetlejuice with a couple different people, and I just kind of don't think it works as well without Alex Brightman. I don't think this show works as well, I imagine, without that Benjamin Walker performance. So anyway, there we go. There are my thoughts. Thanks for bearing with me if anyone watched this. If not, I can't say I blame you, but I had fun just kind of delving into something a little spookier for myself. I promise for the most part I'm going to stick to ones you guys want me to cover, but hey, maybe every so often I'll go rogue. I don't know, maybe.